This is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man, that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well, hey, Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Good evening and welcome to another night of high school football. It is a cross-state rivalry or matchup for the first time as Cedar Falls comes to Ankeny High School to play in this Class 4A contest tonight at Ankeny Stadium. Hello, everybody. Paul Yeager alongside Tim Halber. Jeff Brooks will be with us momentarily. Tonight, Tim, this is a contest. We have 2-0, 0-2. Both could be maybe not what their records indicate. That's why I think we're going to play the game.
Yes, it's excited to have them down here. As the records show that Cedar Falls has not been here they can't find any record history of them coming down to Ankeny. So I think sure the Hawks are going to welcome them with open arms. They are not your typical 0-2 team, so I wouldn't mind if they come out and surprise Cedar Falls.
And this is two programs that at least know each other on the coaches staff. Rick Nelson used to be the offensive line coach at the University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls. His son Nick, who's an assistant for Ankeny, he played at Cedar Falls, graduated, and played for Coach Remmert tonight. So Brad Remmert, very familiar to both Nelsons on the generation. Coach Remmert's dad used to coach at UNI with Coach Nelson. So they are absolutely intertwined, Tim. But the thing that I think Hawkeye fans already know who are watching, and we will hear from Coach Remmert in just a minute, is there is a Hawkeye recruit and a Northern Iowa recruit both playing for Cedar Falls.
Yes, Campbell is the inside linebacker, the middle linebacker for Cedar Falls, a big-time recruit. Got a high motor in there. He's a big kid, 6'4". Does go sideline to sideline. Going to be fun to watch him play tonight.
Jack Campbell, the Iowa recruit, 16.5 tackles on the season. And the other player that we're discussing is Wolf, Logan Wolf. You'll see him number 17. He's a senior, 6'4", 185. He's a big kid. So is their other receiver. This is a big-time program. Lots of years where they've won 7, 8, 9 games in the playoffs consistently. So these are two storied programs getting a chance to finally do battle.
Yes, they got some size on the offensive line. Kind of see they really kind of dominated across there as they played. Getting the receiver, get the tight end in motion. And Wolf there is a great. He's got over 200, nearly 300 yards of total offense in just 2 games this year. He
will also line up not just at receiver, but you could see him at the Wildcat formation and take over a quarterback. Speaking of, for Ankeny, since we were last with you 2 weeks ago, there has been a change out with Gibson in with Bauer. Jace Bauer getting a chance to start his second game. The first game, 3 interceptions, but Coach said a couple of them, could go either way, but tonight, whole different thing. He's kind of hoping some of those jitters are gone.
Yeah, he said that at the beginning of the season. It was kind of a toss-up between those two quarterbacks. They both had some talent in there. I think Bauer, only a sophomore, has a really good arm on him. So I think if they can kind of get on track and have some success early on, they're barely getting just under 50% passing. If they kind of get that on track, get a few completions, really kind of get them moving, through the air.
They've got to find a way to get Max Griffin the ball or Cale Boyd in open areas. But the other one who we haven't talked about is Brody Brecht, 6'4", 180-pound sophomore. He's a guy, too. Ankeny has to find a way to get him into the mix.
Yes, they do. I think he's a big-time receiver out there. I know they get the running backs. Like to flare it out to the running back once in a while to kind of get them and kind of spread that defense, sideline to sideline. So interesting to see what game plan they have for Cedar Falls tonight.
And we'll be playing right at 7 o'clock, so we're going to step away for just a moment. When we come back, we will talk with the two head coaches, get a little sound from what they think are keys and about how this game came about. This pregame show here on CISN.TV will be here tonight. Hit us up on Twitter if you want. Tell us where you're watching from. Love to hear from you. When we continue on the pregame show, it's Ankeny and Cedar Falls next on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk's All-American Labor Day Sales Event featuring one low price on Iowa's top 2 brands. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. Serving free hot dogs and soda 11:30 to 1:30. Hundreds of new Chevys and Fords marked with one low price. Schottenkirk needs used car inventory and is in a position to give you more for your trade. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. The Labor Day Sales Event going on now at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no doubt about it.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we got it all.
Back in Ankeny as we get you ready for Cedar Falls and the Ankeny Hawks. Brad Remmert brought his squad for the first time ever to Ankeny Stadium. They've played Central Iowa teams, but, you know, how did this all work out where they get to play Ankeny?
All right, so it's not really strange to be playing Ankeny. You know a lot of these guys. How'd this kind of develop where you get to play tonight here?
Well, it was a deal with talking with Coach Nelson and just knowing him through Coach Koltoff, who's on our staff. And we talked about it, doing a cross East-West non-district deal, and then with Nick being a former player of ours, it seemed like a good thing to do. We threw 7-on-7 with him a couple summers ago, and we had talked about it when the new districts came out. So here we are, and we're down here for the very first time, so it's kind of exciting.
It's kind of a different thing because you've never even come really to Central Iowa to play, let alone play anybody on this western side of the team. So that's a little different wrinkle that you have to try to fold out.
Yeah, we played Urbandale a couple years ago. We were down there. We've been at Ames. Those are really the only two down here in the Des Moines area. So this is kind of new to us, and it's going to be an exciting time for our fans and everything to come down and check out a new stadium, new environment, and then go against a great coaching staff. I mean, those guys are fantastic, and they'll have a great plan tonight.
So a lot of the Hawkeye fans already know about Jake Campbell. The UNI fans know about Wolf. What do those two players mean to your team?
Well, they're real competitors. Wolf can do a lot of things offensively, and we have to move him around to be effective. And then Jack's just the leader. He's going to play downhill and get after it, and he'll play our kick teams and everything. So those two kids have been real key to our success over the last 3 years.
To win tonight, what do you have to do?
Well, we've got to control the line of scrimmage. Their front seven on defense look really good. We're going to have to kind of grab that thing and try and get north and south. And then we got to continue the turnovers on defense. Last week we got 5 interceptions. We got to keep that plus in the turnover margin.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thanks.
That's head coach Brad Remmert of the Cedar Falls Tigers, and across from him will be Rick Nelson, who knows Cedar Falls a little bit.
Coach, this is a true, this coaching staff well. It kind of makes it a little fun, but yet it's a whole different wrinkle on a new opponent. How's this come about? What kind of a game should people expect?
Well, they're a good football team. I've known all those guys probably since the mid-'80s. I can remember when Rimmer rode the bus with us to Youngstown State. He was just a little kid.
Ball boy?
He wasn't even a ball boy. I don't know, just annoying.
Stowaway.
Yeah. His dad was coaching our D-line, so they made the trip with his brother. So, I don't know. They're a good football team. They've got some nice players. They're big. They have a lot of tradition. And, we're 0-2. We're trying to see if we need some good things to happen. We haven't had good things happen in the first 2 games. So we're struggling. Thank you. You bet.
The kickoff when we come back from Ankeny High School. It's the Hawks of Ankeny and the Tigers next.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we...
Back at Ankeny Stadium, Paul Yeager, Tim Halber, and Jeff Brooks, the third member of our broadcast. Tonight's weather brought to you by GNL Clothing. Currently 65 degrees, wind out of the northeast at 8 miles an hour. The relative humidity is 75%, but Jeff Brooks confirmed this for me. There's sun in the sky. Is that true, Jeff?
Yeah, looking over my right shoulder, I see it just peeking through the clouds. It's a gorgeous night for football.
All right, that wind coming at your back, going north to south. Did you notice anything in pregame that wind might be a factor?
Maybe a little bit, but really I don't think too much. It's steady. There's no gusts right now, and hopefully it'll lay down even from here. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, that's Jeff Brooks down on our Shields sideline report tonight. We're just a couple of minutes from kickoff. And Tim Halber, your keys for the ball game tonight, if you're Ankeny, what do you have to do to win this football game?
I think Coach put it up there directly, said don't turn the ball over, don't kill yourself. I think they've had, several interceptions. They fumbled. They kind of had, I think at times they've had penalties where they've had, 1st and 10, they end up with 1st and 15, and then even defensively they've kind of jumped. So I think eliminate the mistakes. They've got the line. I think that's the key for them. I think Cedar Falls, using some of their talent at the speed, at the running back and also the passing game that they have, they're at about like a 69% clip. I think if they get that air game established early, it could be a longer game.
Ankeny has one touchdown on the season, and it's come via the air. 35 attempts, 16 completions for 202 yards. Cedar Falls, 32 attempts, 22 completions, 372 and 6 touchdowns. Logan Wolf, we talked about him a little bit. He plays both sides of the football. He'll be mostly where the side. He's the flanker, plays wildcat. He's run the ball 8 times for 55 yards, 9 catches for 232 yards, 5 touchdowns. But the thing that might be the hardest factor is how he can return the football on a punt. We will step away for just a moment. The kickoff next.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all?
It is time for football. High end over end kick goes to the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Logan Wolf, no chance there from the kick from Jake McCann. Your starting lineups brought to you by Hy-Vee. For the Cedar Falls Tigers, they'll be on offense first, and that means they have Logan Wolf at flanker, Sam Gary at tailback, Cale Loescher, the quarterback, Weston Graham, the fullback, Bryce Albaugh at wide receiver with Jackson Frericks, Ben Sock, Jackson Leistico, Brady Hoth, Justin Campbell, and Caleb Holtzman, and Luke Anholt. For the Ankeny Hawks, we'll get after this first play as it's 1st and 10. Ball on the Cedar Falls 20, going right to left on your television tonight or your device, wherever you may be. Under center, right away, go the Tigers of Cedar Falls. Losher's going to pass. Play action, rolls to his right, tucks it. Griffin closes after about a 4-yard gain. And that is a look at your defense. Max Griffin, he is your Sam linebacker with Ray J. Crawford, Ayeti, Tuatia, and Brecken Manis up front. Logan Brown, Romello Gray, Connor Rainey, Nick Shirley, and Cooper Cox are the cornerbacks. Your safeties, Hayes Gibson and Mo Watson. Early on. Go ahead, Tim.
A good job by Rainey on that, kind of forcing the play, forcing Losher out of the pocket there, making him run.
Second down, handoff up the middle. Griffin stunts and gets his man right there out of the backfield. It is Nick. That's Bryce Aubaugh.
A good job by Griffin, coming in from the right side, taking a calculated blitz, getting there, making a good tackle, because if he doesn't get a tackle there, that's about a 10-yard gain. So now it brings up a 3rd and 4. This is a big play for the Ankeny defense. If they can get a stop here, they get the ball back.
Early on in this contest, Cedar Falls sends 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and Losher will go to the gun. Takes his time. Now he starts to move, throws at the feet of his defender. He was trying to get to Wolf, but the coverage right there by Tawatia. Incomplete, and now Cedar Falls will have to punt the ball.
Yeah, defense came out there. They kind of had all 4 linebackers up there stunting, not sure which one's going to blitz, and they all kind of backed off into coverage. So that was really good with basically a 3-man rush, forcing that, 3 and out. Good series by Ankeny High.
To punt is Losher. Austin Cross, the long snapper. Losher gets his leg into it. It's going to be taken back at the 30 is Shirley, and then Shirley makes 1-man escape. Can't 2, now he does! Up to the 40, 45 near sideline into Cedar Falls territory before the tackle made by Jack Campbell. Excellent return for the Hawks, and that's one way to set up your offense, Tim. Get it on the plus side of the field.
Well, he was at the 30, then he went back to the 25, but he kind of waited for his blockers. I can't tell which receiver else is back there, but a great non-block, not hitting a guy in the back, causing a penalty, which usually has happened to him before. So great return. Get a little momentum here. Let's see what they can do on offense.
All right, Jeff Brooks down on that sideline. We'll get to you right after this play, Jeff, for our Shield sideline report. And coming out at offense, Jace Bauer. He throws right away. It's caught near side, still on his feet, moving forward is Grant Moeller. Moeller near a first down, 10 yards right out of the bat. Let's go down to Jeff Brooks down on the sideline. Great return, and now all of a sudden the offense is going, Jeff.
Stronger.
Yeah, that wall really set up
healthier
on the near side for the Hawks.
You want more.
And we'll see what they do here on offense. Look at the offensive line, see what they can do.
Gain of 10 on the sideline report. Go left side. Trying to get to it and running for that pylon down the left side is Cale Boyd, and Boyd's near the sticks. And I think he got not only 10, he got 11 yards on that, all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Yes, Ankeny High coming out with a really sense of purpose, kind of going from sideline to sideline, using the wide side of the field to their advantage.
Ball at the 16. Hawk offense feeling confident. Throw quickly, Brecht, intercepted by the Tigers, and Brecht tried to do a little just too much, and it's going to be intercepted by Trayton Weimer. And just when you thought the offense was cooking, then you have the ball tipped to the air. I think Brecht was like, I've got it, and then tipped right into the hands, INT.
Yeah, it came in a little high, and he kind of fumbled, but then the last thing you want to do as a receiver is fumbled up in the air. I don't know if it goes as a fumble or if it goes in as an interception, but that bad break. But the offense knows they can move the ball, so now it's back to the defense again to make a stop.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Mid-American Energy, as they are bringing you all season. So 1st and 3 and out for Cedar Falls, 3 and out for Ankeny, but for the Hawks, it was on a turnover. Now the ball is at the 16-yard line, so Cedar Falls pinned kind of deep there in their own territory. They run the option. Losher has some room. Gets a block right downfield across the 30, 35, 40. Steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line before he's finally sent out there. Mo Watson, the tackle for Ankeny. Loescher, that was all Loescher on that.
Yeah, he's got some nice wheels. He kind of took it up there, cut it up inside, found a hole there, found a seam, then kicked it back outside for a nice run.
Up to the 43, so gain of 37 on the play. And now Cedar Falls feeling a little bit confident. Loescher in the gun. High snap, takes it, runs, thinks about the pitch. Ray J. Crawford closes and makes the tackle after a gain of about 4. Ray J. playing with a little dinged up shoulder, but man, rib really wants to play, and he made a nice one right there after a gain of 4. So now the Tigers will face 2nd and 7. Ball at the 40. I'm going to say it's at the 47. Again, Loescher in the shotgun. Handoff right side, still on his feet, and near the first down is Bo Gross. Cox makes the tackle for Ankeny, and that is good enough for a first down. First time on the Ankeny side of the field are the Cedar Falls Tigers right in front of us. We're at about the 45-yard line. Ball's at the 46. For the Tigers. Play clock getting down to about 10. Plenty of time. Looks to the left, throws to Wolf. Forget about him, and then Griffin comes in. Max Griffin. Hello, welcome to town. My name is Max. How are you?
Yeah, big play there on a pass play, losing 5 yards, well, about 4 yards on that play. Well played by Griffin. He kind of knew the play was going out there. They're trying to get it out to Wolf. They're going to be keying on him the whole game. I don't think they're going to give him a whole lot of room so he can kind of get out there and make some moves, because he is a fast player. He is a true Division I athlete.
One player you can double team. It's now who are the other guys on the team that can step up and make plays. Cedar Falls is going to need somebody else to make a play. Is it Jackson Gilbert who went in motion? We'll find out. Loescher goes under center now. Second down, toss to the right. And the distance is closed in a hurry. Mo Watson on Ben Gross. And another play that goes backwards for the Tigers.
Yeah, Watson had the key there, so I think he came up on the blitz. Really hard to find that when your safety's gone on a safety blitz like that. Came in, got him back in the backfield. So in 2 plays, they have knocked Cedar Falls back for -9 yards. So a big third down play here. Not to give something, keep everything in front of you. You know, you can give up 10 yards, but you want to keep nothing deep.
Big third down for the Tigers and the Hawk defense right here. What's Coach Remmert got up the sleeve? Looking for Wolf. Here comes the clock is ticking. Ray J. Crawford couldn't get there. Throwing is Loescher. Tipped, caught, and a first down. Right at the sticks all the way to the 31-yard line. But there is a penalty flag, and it's going to be against Cedar Falls. It's a hold.
Yeah, when you kind of get that, he's in the pocket a long time, and he starts dancing. The defensive linemen are kind of falling all over the place. You're kind of getting the offensive lines not moving their feet. They kind of start reaching and maybe tackling. Make it look like it's got a cut block, but still, when you got that much time to get a pass off. So now, once again, to bring up a third and even longer, see the defense kind of get a stop here. But that was a good rush on him. They kind of got him out of the pocket.
Well, Ray J. Crawford made a move as the ball goes all the way back to the 32-yard line. So now, when you say third and forever, 10, 20, 7 yards. Scoreboard says 32. I guess I'll go with them. They do better math over there.
You can give up 31.
Now it's just a matter of what can you dial up again. You converted before. What's your 32-yard play? Loescher throws downfield behind the receiver. He was trying to find Jackson Gilbert on the coverage for the Hawks, Hayes Gibson. And now, not only did you stop Cedar Falls, Tim, you have a chance to flip the field position because the return men of Shirley and Boyd, they go where it would have been a first down on that play that was a hold that was called back.
Yeah, way to keep everything in front of him. An incomplete pass is much better than a short completion here. So see if he gets the punt off, see if he gets it low.
Loescher's kick bounces at the 37, and then backing out of the way is Nick Shirley, and he'll step aside. And no score early on between Ankeny and Cedar Falls. Let's go down to Jeff Brooks down on the sideline. And Jeff, Hawks dodged a bullet on that one.
Boy, they sure did. Defense stood up tall for that offense that turned the ball over on a tip pass or a bobbled then tip pass. Let's see if offense can get it together here. Take a look at Brody Breck. He limped off the field this last series. He looks all right now, but we'll see how it goes.
He did take a shot, had a chance, and Brecht is not out there. He is, number 11, runs to that far sideline. A little bit of confidence for Jace Bauer. Let's see what he can do. 1st and 10 from the 26. They go left for Cale Boyd. Boyd gets to the outside, cuts it to the 30 before he's knocked out of bounds. Up there to make the stop for Cedar Falls would be David Louviere. The free safety came up, the 6'2", 275-pound senior. Gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, they're getting a nice seal on the outside. That Boyd got to use his speed to get out there. Turns the corner, got a nice stiff arm, probably gained another 2 or 3 yards on that play. So positive yardage here on the first down.
And running is Brecht, and I think they're going to make Brecht come out. And that will bring in then Gage Bauer, 5'11", 156-pound senior. He'll go to that far side. So there'll be 2 receivers left and right with Boyd behind Bauer in the shotgun. 2nd down, Boyd up the gut, spins out a 1 tackle, falls forward. Wrapping him up is Colin Bowenkamp, the junior, one of the rare juniors on the Cedar Falls squad.
Yeah, Coach said they had a lot of seniors last year, so the seniors that are playing this year played as backup roles last year, kind of coming in, so they're getting some experience in there. They always have replaced seniors with seniors, so they strong Cedar Falls tradition.
Passing situation. Here comes some pressure in the middle. Bauer gets rid of it, and it's almost intercepted, intended for Weston Folk, and nearly picking it off is the Cedar Falls secondary. Tim, it's hard to win a lot of games with turnovers, and you throw 2 picks early on. You dodge that potential momentum changer, and now you're going to have to punt it away. Wolf, not really sure if Griffin is going to give Wolf a chance to return it. Let's see what he does. Griffin stands back at the 15, rolls to the right, gets the rugby kick away. Low liner, bounces high right in front of Wolf, bounces inside the 20. That is a great punt for the Hawks. There is 2 penalty flags that came in front of the Hawk bench. Our officials tonight, Chuck Britton, Jax Jaspers, Mike Stewart, Jeff Trost, and Ross Hannum. This is a 4A crew based out of the Cedar Valley area.
Might be one of those, they're looking at, the hits away from the ball. So you might have one of these, a block where someone's not involved in the play. It's a new rule this year, so they may be calling something like that, going downfield and blocking a person that really is not involved in the kicking game. So they're discussing it now.
If you've watched CISN during the year and you've seen our girls basketball state coverage, you've seen our interviews with Chuck Britton. He oversees the basketball officials for the Girls Iowa High School Athletic Union. First penalty is a hold on Cedar Falls. Second one is personal foul on Ankeny and an ejection. Jeff Brooks, can you find out who is ejected? I don't know if you can tell. And looks like it's number running right at you.
Looks like it's number 9, Cooper Cox. He's heading right at me, so show him a little respect here and not.
I will not make you say his name. I understand that. I didn't see exactly where. So the hold is against Cedar Falls, the ejection. But if you get a chance, Jeff, did you see what happened?
Yeah, I think he got tangled up with another kid, and it just got a little out of line as far as football goes. They crossed the line a little bit, and the umpires made the call.
All right, so they walk off 1 penalty. Thank you, Jeff Brooks, for that sideline report. They mark off 1 penalty, and they walk off the other one back to the 23 is where it will start. So that's right about where the ball was downed, but you still have to walk everything off, Tim.
Yep. So they get the accurate, the yardage in there. They kind of do, instead of doing the math, you walk it both ways and you tend to get it, correct.
77 yards to the house. Need the Tigers to go. 1st and 10. Just under 6 minutes to play here. In the first quarter, no score. Both teams kind of trying to feel what their offenses or defenses can do. And right up the gut and going nowhere and met hard. That is Bo Gross.
I think Gray was in there at his nose tackle position, kind of shoved the center out of the way. They ran into a big 315-pound wall there, so there was no place to go. So no gain on the play. Good job by that interior defense, really kind of stand up those linemen.
Mellow Gray right there in the middle. Logan Brown, Connor Rainey trying to keep things plugged. Loescher looks left, now right. Here comes some heat. He steps up, throws, nice pass, caught. Up at the 35-yard line, tackle by Shirley, catch by Jackson Frericks, the tight end. And it is enough for a first down. Gain of 7. No, gain of 10.
Yeah, Frericks is a big target. I think he's got already 5 receptions on the season coming into this game, so he would be a nice target for the quarterback to find out there. Kind of settled down, kind of did a little hook inside behind the linebacker, open up for 10 yards.
1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Tigers have won their first 2 games. They beat Ames in the opener, and they beat City High last week. Loescher flushed, throws. Catch made. That is an incredible grab right there. Luke Anholt, another gain of enough for a first down. Gain of 11 up to the 46-yard line. Gain of 12.
I thought Cohn was going to get up there and get the interception. He kind of went back, played it really well. That was a really good pass because if that would have got there just a hair late, I think Cohn would have had that interception. Played it really well for a corner.
10 at a time is an easy way to move your offense. Loescher now has the Tigers moving. They give to Gross, and he's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage between Griffin and also Tawatia. Going to give him a gain of 4, 3.5. Gross, a couple of runs here early on. Gross on the season, 17 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Sam Gary got a lot of the carries, and we haven't seen him get a touch of it yet. He's wearing number 19. In motion is Frericks. Again, Loescher runs, tucks, pitches, and hit high, hard, and quickly. Ray J. Crawford knocks down Gross right in front of the sideline. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down, but gets the crowd fired up a little bit.
Yeah, only gain a couple yards there. Loescher tried to run it up inside. Kind of a late pitch out there in a real tight formation. But good play by the defense. They kind of kept their lanes out there, keeping the ball in front of them. Good tackle, short gain. So now brings up a 3rd and 3. Big series here to stop him here on the 47.
3 minutes to play. 3 minutes to play. Now Loescher will go under center at 3rd and 3. Big play for the Hawk defense. Gets past the line, into the secondary, and across to the 35-yard line. He needed 3. He got 13. The guys blitzed. They went right in the hole where the opening was.
That's one thing when you have a 3-4 defense, they're going to have to blitz for that linebacker spot, bring a safety up. And if there's a little bit of a seam, he got hit at the line of scrimmage. But once he kind of broke that into that second level, then you're just chasing them down. So it's a big gain down there, down to the 35-yard line.
2.5 to play. 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35-yard line. Cedar Falls, this drive started back on the 23. So the Tigers making it look easy at this point. Loescher under center. Frericks in motion. They go Gross. Gross caught up Mellow Gray. Tackles him after about a yard. Also in there to make the stop is Brecken Manis. Still, though, he's fallen forward for 3 yards.
Yeah, the offensive line for Cedar Falls is kind of getting a little bit of a surge there. They're kind of going back to the running game. Really haven't seen as much with the passing here, trying to establish some momentum, some rhythm there on offense. Kind of getting some positive yards as his first down. So now you bring up a 2nd Second and 6, second and 7.
Jackson Gilbert now runs out to the position on the far right sideline. 5 seconds, 4. Tigers are going to have to move, and I think they're going to burn a timeout. We'll step away as well. No score, but the Tigers are driving on CISN.TV.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. It's August and time for our early end of season sale. Groups that we have too many of are marked way down, like this Sun Villa group, $1,000 off to $32.99. Or this North Cape Avant group, sofa or sectional, 20% off. Or this great Lloyd Flanders Charleston group, $1,000 off to $32.99. The best weather for outdoor furniture is still ahead of us, and we still have Iowa's largest selection.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-Beat Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-Beat Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
No score early on here between Ankeny and Cedar Falls. Tigers moving the football. They just kind of ran out of time on that clock, got the timeout, got everybody settled on the same page. Want to keep momentum going. They go Gross left side, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like Watson was in on the play there. Nope.
Toatia.
Toatia's in there. Nice tackle, kind of stopped his momentum. Instead of making a real third trade. Now you got 3rd and 5. This is a good down for the defense. They can kind of make a stop, keep things in front of them. I would be surprised if Cedar Falls kind of does a little rollout, try to get a pass out there. Maybe get Wolf or Ferricks again at the tight end.
3rd and 5. Tigers need to get to the 25-yard line. Let's see if Ankeny gambles or they stay home. They've been burned a couple of times on 3rd down. Let's see what they dial up here. Loescher hands off up the middle to Gross. They go right up the gut, and it's going to be short of the 1st down. A conservative play, moving it to the middle of the field. Right now, Tim, I'd have to say that's a 45-yard field goal if you're going to kick it. I think you're going for it. You're not kicking it yet.
Yeah, once you're inside the 40-yard line, until you get past that 25, you're going to consider a field goal. So really it's a 4th and a long 3. I think they're bringing their heavy offense here. Maybe the double tight end formation, see if they kind of get a run, pick up those 3 yards. We'd be surprised to see if Ankeny High could maybe bring a safety in, blitz in there, kind of get those lanes clogged up so they can't get a run.
Loescher to pass. Here comes the blitz. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Bringing the pressure, Max Griffin. Loescher did not see him coming until right at the very second and absolutely altered his throw.
Yep, he had to throw it high because he was right in his face. Good play. Good hit by Griffin. Smart play. If you're going to hit the quarterback, make sure you don't lower your head. He kind of hit him. Let him know he was there.
And the penalty, there was a penalty flag on that far sideline, and it was against Cedar Falls, and the Hawks decline it. So let's go back down. Jeff Brooks down at the sideline. Jeff, that's what you call a momentum change, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure was. They show a run there and end up passing it and trying to catch Ankeny off guard, but they didn't have anything to do with that. They knew what was coming.
Ball starts at the 27-yard line for the Ankeny Hawks, trying to move it from left to right. Not wearing the gold uniforms that they wore in the opener, back to those maroon uniforms. They go out. Boyd on a bubble. Boyd is popped right at the line of scrimmage. Making that stop. That was an impressive hit.
Is that Wolf for the play?
That was Paxson, number 9.
Number 9.
And that ends the first quarter. No score from Ankeny Stadium.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get stronger.
No scores. We begin quarter number 2 on the game brought to you by Mid-American Energy. The Ankeny Hawks on second down. Bauer's pocket evaporates in seconds, and making a tackle right there at the line of scrimmage, Trayton Weimer. And Bauer got a yard, so it's now 3rd and 10. What happened to all of that great momentum that the Hawks had in the first drive is right now hard to find.
Yeah, just like you need to get positive yards in that first down, make it like a second and short, 2nd and 5.
Bauer rolls. He's just going to tuck it and get the first down. He is darn close, and the spot, I think, Tim, he gets it.
I think if he goes left foot, I think he's got the first down. If he puts the ball down there, it's going to be awful close. Nope, they give him the first down. Note the chains aren't coming out.
Gain of 10. Ball goes up to the 38.
Good play by Bauer there. He took that corner, put his head down, probably got into the 3 yards where he normally would have been stopped.
And now they go back to the right side, and making a stop for the Tigers is Tate Johnson. And I think he sniffed that play out. That's a good play call by the Hawks. Go back to the side that was open.
You have to kind of run the momentum here to the left, see if they can get the defense kind of slant that way so you can kind of get around that end. But French did a good play on the outside, kind of pitching that down.
Boyd goes in motion on the bubble. They go to him. He catches it at the 40, gets a block, 45, approaching midfield before he's roped out of bounds. And making that stop is Jack Campbell, big number 46. Jack visited. That's enough for a first down. Moved the chains for the Hawks. Campbell visited. He was on the official visit list last week in Iowa City, where he'll be a future Hawkeye. And he saw a good one, and I don't know if he's going back to Iowa City tomorrow. I heard there's a game over there.
Yeah, that's the rumor. I think they're gearing up for some visitors coming into town.
Play action. They fake to Boyd. Bauer keeps it, gets through 1, up 2, and Bauer gets almost 8 yards. He made a guy miss at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they jumped at Boyd thinking he was going to get the ball. It was really kind of a delayed quarterback draw. Took it in off the right guard up there, made a couple nice cuts. This is where you want to have 2nd and short, 2nd and 2, maybe a long 1.5 here. But it's basically a good drive here for the offense.
Bauer fakes it to Boyd. Now he's going to run left. Again, gets through the line of scrimmage, and he'll get the first down as Campbell makes the tackle. This is something we didn't see 2 weeks ago, Tim. Ankeny running the football at the quarterback position.
Yeah, but he's doing a good job because he's making a decision quick and taking the ball up the hole. He's not dancing around back there, so doing a good job.
Up to the 39, they get it. Oh, nice move, Brody Brecht! Oh, wow! He juke left, went to the right, gets inside the 30 all the way up to the 26-yard line. That's enough. Move the chains. And this is the offense we saw in the first offensive series for the Hawks. I can say it, Tim. Don't worry.
Yeah, quick little hitters there. You don't have to throw it downfield. It's kind of hitting them where they're there's the flag. Good hard count by Bauer jumping off line. Now you need to get this, 1st and 5.
So one thing Coach Nelson talked about a couple of weeks ago in the preseason, Tim, was he said we just didn't start well last year to start games. We really needed to start well. That first series was going well. They started well, but then the turnover. You got to have some confidence against a 2-0 team, and you're 0-2. You're at your own place. I think the Hawks have a little bit of swagger. They go up the middle. Boyd, he is popped at the line of scrimmage on 1st and 5.
Not a bad play there because the 1st and 5, you still bring up, even with a no gain, you got a 2nd and 5. You got 2 manageable downs. You're at this 20-yard line. So are you in field goal range yet? You need another 5 yards, I think. They like to get the first down. We've got Brecht out here wide in the left. I think he's been a favorite receiver. 2-back set.
10th play of the drive. Boyd goes in motion. Ray J. Crawford in there. They go out. Boyd on the far sideline. Caught. First down 20. Inside to the 15-yard line. Tigers make the tackle, but not until the first down. Chip Custer comes up to make the stop for the red and white.
He does like putting that running back in motion, flaring him out there because the defensive back can't get up fast enough to cover that. So he is basically wide open. He's hitting him, throwing a good hard pass, hitting him in his stride, getting positive yards.
Ball at the 14. Boyd goes into the motion to the left side. They're going to go Ray Crawford in the middle, and then Ray J is stopped. Kind of could see that one coming. And Crawford stopped by Campbell. Ray J wants to run the ball. Great runner last season. This is the spot they need him. Ray J comes out, coming back in as another wide receiver. They bring back in Weston Falk.
I think you're going to see a lot of Campbell scraping off there, keying on the running backs. He's playing about 8 yards deep for a middle linebacker.
Trips to the left, and Boyd goes there as well. They get it in stride. Boyd has a downfield block, escapes one, inside the 10 to the 8. First on the scene was Chip Custer, and somehow Boyd got just enough of that foot kicked to get it inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be third down.
Good balance on his part to kind of take it out there, keep his feet, go forward, pick up another 5 yards. So big play here, 3rd and 5.
Ball at the 9, and we have a whistle, and I'm going to say timeout. Ankeny will step away. Hawks are driving, 8:18 to go.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com. Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com. Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny.
Third down, Ankeny Hawks. Paul Yeager, Tim Halber, Jeff Brooks back at Ankeny Stadium as the Hawks are marching. This drive started back on their own 27-yard line. A couple of big plays along the way, Tim.
Yeah, it's a good drive here to keep the ball in front of them, moving it downfield, taking little bits and pieces here. The Cedar Falls defense is going to play. The defensive line is going to play across right along the goal line. They're kind of spread it out. It gets really tight down here. There's not a lot of room to go down to throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bauer do some kind of quarterback sneak, use his speed, get outside, at least pick up the first down. They have to get inside the 4 to get a first down.
You got to fake it to Boyd somehow. Whistles come, and before the play, they were going to go Max Griffin. And there is a penalty flag dropped at the 10 at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be against Ankeny. Oh, so they were running the quick play. They were going to go to Max, so now you've tipped your hand. Do you do the same play? No. So you got to figure out what you're going to do differently.
They're on the left hash mark, so you got a lot of field. You got a lot of room over there on the right side. So you could run something out there, a sprint option out to that side. They may be in two-down territory. Plus, you have a little more room to hit the end zone.
3rd and 10, back to the 19, or actually the 14. They go up the middle. Jace Bauer, he's got to make a man miss. Inside the 5, he's so close to the first down, still on his feet. Ankeny players say first down, and now the officials say first down. Move the chains. Hawks convert. Bauer calls his own number right up the middle.
Well, he was down there. He was about the 6-yard line. Then his guard and the center came in. Miller and Steffen came in, moved the pile about another 2 yards, knocked him down to the 3-yard line, got a 1st and goal. That's really like those big boys up front, not letting up on the play. They really want to score a touchdown here. I think this is one of the better drives I've seen them play this year.
The Hawks have yet to score a rushing touchdown this season. Is this when they do it at the 7:54 mark? Jace Bauer under center. Big Mellow Gray opens up a big hole. They go Boyd up center. Stopped at the 1.5 line. Guess who was there? Jack Campbell.
Yeah.
They brought in Mello to move the pile.
That's a big fullback, 315 pounds. Looks like remember the fridge? You have to go back to the 85 Bears when they pulled him in there, below defensive tackle. Great person to run behind. There's a lot of beef up there between those two offensive and defensive lines, getting this this tight real estate.
Handoff. Boyd towards the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks! And for the first time all season, the Ankeny Hawks score a rushing touchdown, Tim, and the place goes white. Smells so baby fresh clean all of a sudden.
It does. No, that's not fog rolling in. I think that's the student section with baby powder has just kind of caked the stadium here. Good thing there's a breeze to kind of blow it through.
I had a whiff of baby products, but I'm like, nah.
Bringing back memories, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't that long ago I had kids changing diapers. Cale Boyd, the touchdown from 2 yards out. The McCann extra point is up and good. Hawks, for the first time this season, have the lead 7-0 on CISN.TV.
All-American Labor Day sales event featuring one low price on Iowa's top 2 brands. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. Serving free hot dogs and soda 11:30 to 1:30. Hundreds of new Chevys and Fords marked with one low price. Schottenkirk needs used car inventory and is in a position to give you more for your trade. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. The Labor Day sales event going on now at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields. Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not.
The Ankeny Hawks cap a 15-play, 73-yard drive with a 2-yard touchdown run by Cale Boyd. High kick. It's going to be taken. Oh, Wolf drops it at the 10. Took his eye off of it. And sometimes that can be just as dangerous, and he goes back down as making the stop for Ankeny. Number 18, Brecken Manis, Jeff Brooks. It's a happy Hawks sideline now, isn't it? Oh, hold on, Jeff. Now I can hear you.
There you go. I was waiting for it to come in my ear, too. Yeah, the Hawks took advantage there, had a nice drive, had that nice quarterback sneak, got them the first down, and were able to pound it in. So let's see if they can stop them on D and maybe have another crack at it.
All right, Ankeny will push Cedar Falls back where the Tigers have to start on their own 12-yard line. It has been a long time since Cale Loescher has been out on that field. Handoff up the middle is stopped. Mello Gray finishes, but what started was Ayeti Tawatia. Man, I love that name. Now let's see if I've got it right. But I'll tell you what, Tim, here's the thing. Jackson Gilbert still gets 2 yards, 3 yards on that play.
That was better than 5 yards. I think keep the play in front of them. See, I don't know if they're going to pass the ball. I think they kind of want to get out of the shadows of the end zone here, kind of get across the 20. They've got the running power. I think they're going to try to keep her on the ground. I would be surprised if Loescher runs the ball here.
He's been running it. He sends Wolf in motion. And they're going to throw to him on the screen. It's caught by Frericks up towards the 20. Close to a first down, but a couple of yards shy. Up there for the tackle is Connor Rainey and also Jordan Cum.
Yeah, good play there. He was a crossing pattern, normally caught it clean, turned it upfield, but he was only downfield about 7 yards, so stop there. So big 3rd and 2 coming up here for the defense. Stopping here and forcing a punt would be huge for the Hawk defense.
Loescher in the gun, has Gilbert next to him. Long snap count, high snap. They've been flirting with that all night. Hawks converge, and they'll make a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Ray J. Crawford, Mello Gray, and the guy who we've called a lot already in this series, Brecken Manis. 4th down punting situation for the Tigers.
Yes, Manis came in there from the outside. That snap was in there, kind of pinched it down, not letting him get any yards on that play. So a 3 and out here. Big stand by the defense. They're playing with a lot of enthusiasm. They got a lead for the first time this year.
Boyd and Shirley back for the Hawks. Loescher, high kick. That's going to go over Boyd's comfort zone, and he'll call a fair catch at the 38-yard line. Loescher's brother, Luke, punted for Cedar Falls a couple years ago, went to Kirkwood to play baseball, had a shoulder injury, decided, all right, I guess I'm going to try football. Goes to a Jamie Cole kicking camp, Jamie Cole out of Ankeny. Gets on the list of the top 10 available punters. Oregon State calls and says, can you be here in 3 days when we open camp? Luke goes to Oregon State, makes the team, travels with Oregon State to Ohio State last weekend. You go from Cedar Falls to Cedar Rapids, and then all of a sudden to Oregon. 1st and 10, going deep. It's hung up there. That's probably going to be nearly intercepted, and then all of a sudden Max Griffin had to play defense back there at the 30. So Luke now is on the squad, so you just never know when you get into a situation.
That's not normally how it goes.
No, it isn't.
But having Cole give you a top 10 ranking is just about like gold. You're going to have coaches calling you across the country. Yeah, that play there is Griffin probably had a great defensive play, basically knocking the ball out of the safety's hands.
Incomplete. It'll be back at the 37-yard line. Bauer keeps it, makes one guy move, gets to the outside, close to the first down. No, still on his feet. Makes a great spin move. Having him dead for rights at the 5 yards short of the first down was the defender. Trying to see, there he is, 35. Took me a minute to get Logan Hoag's name or number into. It's a gain of 15 yards.
Great job by Mueller out there, kind of setting the block, but then again, not blocking, shoving him in the back, basically negating the play. So actually a heads-up play in knowing how to block in open space.
Boyd goes in motion. They swing it out to him. Boyd catches it at midfield. Makes one guy miss, cuts back up, dives forward. That time, the Hawks make the yardage work for them. Boyd goes, and now Boyd is slow to get up. Cale Boyd holding his back right leg right at his backside. And Boyd is down on the turf, and the coaching staff will come out. He has been a key part of this offense so far.
Yeah, that awkward dive where he's kind of holding his hamstring, maybe kind of pulled the muscle because they kind of grabbed his leg and kind of pulled it as he was going down, kind of giving it a hard tug there. So he has been a very active player tonight, and using that speed to the outside, picking up 5 yards there. So he's walking off pretty well. So glad to see that.
Jeff Brooks, what do you see down there on the sideline?
Well, I see him grabbing where it would be a hamstring at, and he's kind of limping off, but he is walking okay. Just a matter if he can make it happen later in the game. Maybe see him back second half.
When those hamstrings happen, it is hard to get them back. Jeff Brooks at halftime, he'll chase down the leading coach, and at this, he'll check down both coaches. Right now, it looks like it's Coach Rick Nelson, as the Hawks in the lead, 7-0, 4:11 to play second quarter. Here at Ankeny Stadium, as they wait for Boyd to get out, coming in his place. Let's see, you got Ray J. Crawford, Bauer, Brecht on the field, and we'll wait for this to get spun up. Coming up also at halftime, we'll be talking volleyball with Coach Joe Morton and Sarah McCullough. And Dan Holm, our friend from Ankeny Fanatic, had a chance to listen to the first part of his podcast. We'll talk about that with Andy Brodell, former Ankeny and Iowa Hawk. Andy now coaches at Centennial, talks about the big game, and gets a chance to discuss that. So Dan kind of gave us a little bit of a preview that was what was going to happen.
I don't know if they're questioning the spot of the where the ball. The coaches are, the Ankeny coach are kind of talking, making sure they got the right spot on the field.
And I see Sarah and Coach right out here to our left, standing out by Jennifer, who's running our camera. All right, we're sorted away. Chuck Britton says, let's play football. It's second down and 4, we'll call it 5, as Bauer in the gun goes Ray J. Ray J is stopped initially at the line of scrimmage. Nathan King had nothing doing with that play on Ray J. It has been hard for Ankeny to find anything running the ball up the middle.
And number 46 in on the tackle. Surprise, surprise. Jack Campbell coming in there from his linebacker spot. He's in the backfield, kind of scouting. I think, when we see Crawford in there, he's kind of keying on him if he's going to be getting the ball. So let's see. Now we got definitely into passing down.
3rd and long. They fake it. Bauer keeps it, gets back to about the line of scrimmage. So now you're going to have to try to punt that into the corner, because if you don't get it, if you go for it here on 4th down, and right now there is no punting situation. Hawks still have a couple of timeouts. They might take it.
Or let the clock run down. If you're looking down, you got 3:20 left in the game. Let it run down to hopefully just around 3 minutes and maybe get a punt up. Nope, but it's staying out there. Unless Bauer can do a quick kick.
Well, and that might be what Bauer does. Griffin is the normal punter. Long snap count, and then 5 seconds, 4, 3, and Ankeny has to take a timeout. Ankeny takes a timeout as they had a little miscommunication down there, but we're going to communicate to you who's bringing you this broadcast.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
There's no to get the work done all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
The Hawks will elect to punt it. 3:01 to go. Max Griffin stands at his own 40. He'll roll to his right. Low kick right at Wolf at the 10. Wolf takes it left side. One guy misses, two guy misses. Wolf still on his feet at the 30, up to the 35-yard line before he's finally knocked out of bounds. At the 35, return of 25 yards. Jeff Brooks on the sideline for us. Jeff, what do you know?
Yeah, that was Cedar Falls set up a really nice wall for Wolf over there. He took advantage of it, gave a little fake, and he made the most of it.
So now Cedar Falls will start at the 35-yard line, one of their best starting field position locations in this contest, trailing 7-0 with 2:49 to go before half, and they have a couple of timeouts, a lot of field to work with, and a potent offense. What's Cale Losher got up his sleeve now from Coach Remmert? Wolf looks left. Here comes some pressure. He can't get it away, and he's going to be sacked. Coming in to make the stop for the Hawks, Connor Rainey rains down on Cale Losher.
Yeah, Rainey came in from the right end position, came across the line on a stunt, go up the left side, got in his face. I thought he was going to knock the ball out there, but a good play there. Make a loss of about 7-8 yards, so brings up a second long.
Ball back to the 28-yard line. One receiver left and right. Tight formation. They go up the middle, and that is snuffed out in a hurry. Gross is knocked down by Mello. Mello made a nice stop. He was reading that, and that's the guy that we thought we would see early on as the clock ticks under 2 before half. 3rd and still, long way to go. Ball at the 27.
I think Cedar Falls kind of if they can get a first down here, they might start using timeouts. Otherwise, I think they're going to milk. If they don't get a first down here, milk the clock as much as you can. If you're going to give the ball back to Ankeny, make sure it's under 2 minutes to go, or a minute to go.
Losher sends Wolf in motion near to far, or far to near. High snap, Losher corrals it. Out and up, here comes the pressure. Thrown, hit as he thrown. Ray J. Crawford, officials are going to say he was in the act of throwing, incomplete. Regardless, it's 4th and forever. Cedar Falls is going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, good play by Crawford. Watch him come across the formation there. Cedar Falls, Gilbert was running free down the middle. I think he was looking to kind of hit him, but he got hit from behind. Ball came loose. So good series. Unfortunately, it stops the clock also with a minute 24 to go.
So now the Hawks have a timeout in their pocket as they get the nice punt from Loescher. It's going to drive the Hawks all the way back to the 38-yard line. Making the return is Nick Shirley of about 4 yards. All right, a minute 14 at home, into the wind, up 7. Kirk Ferentz would maybe sit on it.
Yeah, Matt Campbell would go for it.
Matt Campbell would go for it. So what are the Ankeny Hawks going to do?
I think the same thing they did before they got him down here. I think the quarterback run, go to the sideline, look out there, for Muller's out there, Griffin's out there. I do not see Boyd out there. So I think, but you want to get the ball, either get out of bounds if you get the pass.
Bauer's going to throw it. Near side, Breck just off his fingertips. Making a quick run to play defense is Tate Johnson. It'll be second down now. At halftime, we'll talk volleyball. Sarah Hall, I don't know if you've ever seen her before, Tim. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to stand. There's no way I'm standing next to her. I mean, I am short, and everybody knows it. I don't want to accentuate it. Bauer keeps it under center, and he is just wrapped up.
You would expect bring up, the clock goes just under a minute left to play. I think they're going to kind of let this thing play down because the official hasn't spotted the ball yet. So you might get one more play off here. Never third down, take you into fourth down. I think the coach is kind of telling them, do a running play, get this thing down to about 30 seconds. Would rather run the ball and not have to punt the ball.
Coach Nelson coming up at halftime with Jeff Brooks. He'll do his best to chase him down here. Third down, under 30 seconds. They're going to throw it. Max Griffin near sideline. Griffin, a penalty flag comes out.
I don't know if that's on the tackle or if that was a holding on the outside. Looked like it could have been a horse collar, but I'm not sure or it could have been a hold on number 11 there. Trying to get a block on the corner.
So the Hawks being kind of a conservative play. We haven't seen, it's going to be a hold. I think Grant Moeller was out there. Or, it could have been Brody Bracht.
Yep. It is tough to go out there in an open field block, when the cornerback is trying to make a tackle, so it's going to put the ball back. Unfortunately, it stops the clock with 21 seconds left to go, but it does bring up a third down again, so they can basically run a play and let that clock run down here for half.
Fourth down.
Decline the penalty.
21 seconds. So, hey, if I got Logan Wolf, I want him to touch the ball one more time before half.
Now, I want to say this. On the outside, Campbell's coming in on the left side. I think they're rushing because Griffin kind of takes that rollout punt. He's kind of running into the rusher.
Straight up kick. It's going to bounce, and the Daredevil Wolf picks it up at the 22. Cuts back one way, cuts back another way, and then he's tackled at the 20-yard line. Reese Pitts.
Played that really well. Reese got out there, held his ground, held his his stance in there, so it didn't get faked out. Made the play. That's a big tackle out there because that's exactly when Wolf get the ball in his hands, try to make something happen with 20 seconds left to go. So a nice play by him.
11 seconds go off on that play. That was the other thing when you're trying to return it, Tim. You do burn some clock.
Yep.
So now Cedar Falls, I would imagine, just takes a knee. They're 79 yards from a score. But, they're going to go tight formation and get this out. So Jeff Brooks he's got his eye on Rick Nelson. We'll talk to him, and we'll hear from Coach Remmert coming up out of the half. So looking for my white shirt. Do we have him? There he is. Oh, okay. Jeff's making his run. And we'll talk with Coach Nelson as they try to scheme already walking off the field. Ankeny leads Cedar Falls 7-0, and we go down to the sideline with Jeff Brooks.
Yeah, right. Good. Hey, Coach, first half went well for you. The defense played well. What can you say about them this first half?
Well, they've played good every week except maybe 3 plays against Centennial. So they've done well offensively.
You guys have come down here?
We've kind of been
coming down here?
a little bit of the pebble in our shoes. So we're doing a little better. We threw that dang pick down here. Brody just kind of bobbled it up in the air. But I'm proud of our kids. They fight, and Cedar Falls is a good football team, and we're right in the game with them.
Message for them at halftime will be?
Just keep playing hard. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, Coach. Hey, we appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Rick Nelson with our Jeff Brooks as they make their way to the sideline. We make our way into the halftime as we'll talk volleyball for the Ankeny Hawks when we come back. Hawks lead Cedar Falls 7-0. This is high school football on CISN.TV.
All-American Labor Day sales event featuring one low price on Iowa's top 2 brands. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. Serving free hot dogs and soda 11:30 to 1:30. Hundreds of new Chevys and Fords marked with one low price. Schottenkirk needs used car inventory and is in a position to give you more for your trade. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. The Labor Day sales event going on now at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Schottenkirk's All-American
Trophies are the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all. Everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all. Everything to get the work done, all in one place.
Yeah, just look at me. Okay. All right, welcome back to halftime. We're all just going to look. I'll look at the camera. You look at me. We'll look at whatever. Joe Morton, head volleyball coach, Sarah McCullough. We'll talk with both of you here. Coach, first, well, I don't know how close we're even watching the football game. What's going on in that game?
Well, it looks like we've got some good defensive stops going so far, and we're actually on the board first, so that's a good start to the first half. We'll see if we can put something else together in the second half.
Sarah, do you think they should throw the ball more?
I don't know that much about football, actually.
You don't? You're not one of them I thought you're a multi-sport athlete. I thought football was in the vein, too.
I get, touchdowns, but, like the yard and downs, and, it's just confusing.
I threw the whole I was going to talk football. I didn't tell him I was going to talk football. Coach, this season, Ankeny, great tradition. You're coming in here. You've got some players that are just outstanding. Let's first just kind of wrap the week. What'd you do this week?
So this week we played in Mason City, had a nice solid 3-0 win there with some pretty dominating scores. This weekend tomorrow morning we leave at 6 a.m. for Iowa City West. Really hoping we've got a couple of good matches in front of us, some smaller school stuff that are ranked and also some big 5A schools that are ranked. So we should have another tough weekend ahead of us, and I think we should be solid this weekend and come out of there in the championship side hopefully.
Do you like to play those tough Saturday tournaments to kind of get you ready to maybe get back to Cedar Rapids?
Absolutely. So we've front-loaded our schedule extremely heavy. Strength of schedule so far this season, I don't think anyone can rival what we do. We've played 8 ranked 5A teams and another additional 4 teams that are ranked in other classes. So we do that on purpose to make sure the girls are competing early on and getting after what they need to.
So, Sarah, you're a senior already this year, right? Hard to believe. Volleyball is would you call it your second sport, or is your favorite sport the one you're playing?
Volleyball is probably my second sport since I'm going to UNI for basketball, but I still enjoy it. It's so fun and it gives me something to do, and I love all the girls and competing and having this fall sport.
You'll have to see Ankeny play and see Sarah line up and shoot threes from wherever. Last year, towards the end of the year, you just kept shooting threes. What's fun about shooting threes?
It's so much fun. I don't know. It's just like getting the ball and shooting and making it. It's so much energy.
Coach Mack's is he gonna let you shoot more?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's my senior year, so he will.
All right, so let's talk volleyball. This year, you have these tough tournaments. What's it like to play those tough schools each and every week?
I love playing the tough schools. It's a good competition, and it gets us prepared for when we play those top-ranked teams. And it's really fun and energetic to play with the team, and we're all hype.
What is the basketball's fun, of course, but volleyball? You're all in on volleyball during the season. What is it through your mindset as you approach these games? Do you listen to what Coach says about prepare for the post with what's going on now, or what do you think? This is a quiz.
Yeah, so for volleyball, I'm all in volleyball right now. I'll get started with basketball in a couple months once volleyball's wrapped up. But yeah, we listen to what Coach says. I do.
Oh,
but
now she doesn't have to run now, right?
Yeah, okay. I do. I pretty much buy into what he tells us to do because I think it'll definitely work in the future.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. You got to start naming some teammates. Who are some of these girls that you've been playing volleyball with this year?
There's Malia Doherty. She's a junior outside hitter. Good. She's quick. There's Casey Barron. She's our libero. She's good. She can get anywhere and get the ball up. She's good. There's Taylor Richards. She's also a senior. She's been with me since freshman year. We've been through it all together. She's really good. Carly Weber. She's our DS. She goes in for the right side sometimes, and she's just so sweet. She's the sweetest person. Who else is there? Oh, Riley Johnson. She plays right side too. Oh, Fiona Schrader. She's our setter, really good. She's committed to Notre Dame. Sweet girl too. And then there's Isabel, who's also the middle hitter outside. So, yeah.
That's pretty good because I put her on the spot. I normally, when you start, you can't remember everybody's name. All right, so now you've got these girls. What has been special about this group this year? What are they doing well? And I guess what can we improve upon?
Well, of course, our ball control. We returned a lot of starters from last season still, so our ball control has been, for the most part, been pretty impeccable. And that allows us to be pretty offensive. And so we can do a lot of different kind of combination plays and open the playbook up a little bit and be a hard team to scout. And so from a defensive standpoint, if you're playing us, it would be a challenge to kind of understand what we're up to and what we're doing on our side of the net. And then defensively, we generally play pretty scrappy, and again, that goes with the ball control. But we don't let a lot of points die on no effort and those kind of things. So, they're a fun group from the ball control standpoint. It allows us to do a lot of fun things.
In 5A, the hitting is just incredible. Look out below anybody. What is it that, one hitter is another good hitter, What is it that differentiates for you one good hitter from another?
So our belief is not necessarily about size and power. We have a small lineup in comparison to a lot of the other 5A schools, so we try to teach the girls to be smart and win games from the hitting standpoint more with their brains rather than their brawn. And so far this season, we've been able to create a lot of offense off of shots and those kind of selections instead of just going up and banging on every ball, which scores points sometimes, but more often than not, the shot selection is what gets us our scores.
All right, favorite thing. Would you love to just wind up and hit it, or is a good dink in a hole just as fun because it gets the point?
Of course, hitting the 10-foot line is really exciting, but it's also exciting when you can hit those deep corners where no one is, and that's what we've been training to do, to catch those teams off guard so they won't see it coming.
How often do you work on your serves?
Every day. We do, every single day. It's big, it's huge. If we serve aggressive, then we'll get the other team out of order, and then we'll be able to get a good hit off that.
All right, so we talked a little basketball. I got to do just a couple more questions about that. You're going to UNI. What are you going to study up there?
I'm going to do something in health sciences. I'm not quite sure yet. This year I'm taking the COH program. It's Career Opportunities in Health downtown. So I pretty much get a job shadow in the hospital. We start our first rotation next week. I'm in the emergency room. So I'm just going to kind of see what I like, and then hopefully I'll decide what I want to go into.
And I'm going to Iowa City at 6 a.m. You're going to have a little bit of traffic on the road, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's every other year we get to enjoy the Iowa State rivalry. But we should be there early enough, and I'm hoping since it's a 4 o'clock game, we should be a little bit safer.
Should be good. We'll see, but you never know.
Absolutely. We've had some problems before getting there just a touch late, so hopefully not tomorrow morning.
They'll understand. Next home game is?
Tuesday night. We play Dalian at home, which is our first conference match of the season. So we'll be hoping to have a big crowd there and having a little support in our own gym.
When do you play that team from the north side? It's in a couple weeks, isn't it?
We try not to say their name. I'm glad you didn't. But October 2nd, we'll see them here in a few weeks. So.
Is that home this year, or is it up there?
We are at home this season, so that's a nice advantage.
Wait a minute. Are you looking forward to that game?
Oh my gosh, I've been looking forward to it all season. I can't wait. It's going to be at our home. It's going to be so fun.
There's a sneaking chance you might see it on CISN. We'll see. We might be there for that game as well, so that'd be fun.
Perfect. That'd be so fun.
All right, Sarah McCullough, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Was this that bad?
No, it actually wasn't that bad, although I stuttered a lot.
You're fine. Just so in the second half, football-wise, now that you have a chance to collect, what do you think they need to do in the second half?
I think they need to score.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, keep it simple, right?
Absolutely, that's the answer.
All right, Coach Joe Morton, Sarah McCullough, thank you very much. We'll talk with Dan Holm from the Ankeny Fanatic next. We're at halftime. The Hawks lead Cedar Falls 7-0 on CISN.TV.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa. Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust.
Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man, that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well, hey, Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
You see him in the advertisement. Now you see him in real life. It's Dan Holm from the Ankeny Fanatics. All right, Dan. First half, 7-0. Hawks have their first lead of the season. The momentum. They were moving the ball really well on that first drive.
They were, yeah. They have a nice dimension tonight with throwing the ball to Kel Boyd out of the backfield. That's really been a nice weapon for them. Yeah, if they can keep it up, they got a chance to win here, I think.
I know you were here last week with the Centennial game. Didn't get a chance to see it. I don't even know if they were throwing it to Boyd on that flare, but that's a whole different look. But the thing that's different is they made the quarterback switch. Now with Bauer, he seems to be a whole nother weapon in running the ball, let alone throwing the ball.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think last week, it just took him a little while to get settled in. They didn't do a whole lot last week, but yeah, he looks like a nice quarterback tonight, doesn't he?
He does. And Jack Campbell, Tim and I have called his name a couple of times. He is everywhere.
He is, yeah. You can see why he's going to Iowa. Yeah, just makes plays all over the field, doesn't he?
He does. And Wolf, though, has been quiet, but that's one of those, I think, if you forget about him, that he could pop off in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think they'll forget about him. He's scored, 5 touchdowns in 2 weeks, so yeah, I don't think they'll lose track of him.
They'll find a way to get him the ball. Maybe they'll copy a play out of the Ankeny book and swing it out one of those ways. All right, second half, what do you think Hawks need to do to take home a W?
Well, the defense just has to keep it up, The offense, they don't necessarily have to score a lot more, but if they can, just maintain possession of the ball, keep that clock running, they got a chance to pull off an upset.
All right, that's Dan Holm from the Ankeny Fanatic. And if you didn't listen or haven't downloaded the Ankeny Fanatic podcast, I think it was episode 14 this week, right? Or was it 13? 14. Yep. Andy Brodell was the guest, and that's all the further I got on my commute home the other night. He told a couple of fun stories for you.
He did, and so did Cole Netton. He was the second half of the podcast, and Cole talked a little bit of trash too, so that was kind of fun.
Cole, come on!
You'll have to listen to it. Yeah, he has some fond memories of playing at Kinnick, so yeah, it was really fun to catch up with those guys. 2 class acts right there.
Andy Brodell, we talked about as an assistant for Centennial, played for the Hawks, played for Coach Pizzetti. Cole Netton played in that rivalry too, played for Iowa State though, had that great career there. It's hard to, when you live here, to not be in the middle of this game.
Oh, for sure. I know so many fans on both sides. It's hard not to be in the middle of it. I actually got a ticket for the game tomorrow from a Hawk fan, and I'm a Cyclone fan, so it'll be interesting.
What do you see in that game tomorrow?
I would have liked Iowa State's chances a lot better. If that game hadn't been canceled last week, we were up there for that one, and it was just a shame they couldn't play. But it is what it is, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Who's on the podcast next week?
We have a couple golfers. We'll have the golf coach from Centennial, and then the golfer from Ankeny will be Hunter Johnson. They have the big intercity battle coming up on Thursday, the dual meet out at Otter Creek. So yeah, that's why I thought we'd have the golfers on this week.
So this week covered, what else did you cover? A little volleyball too?
This week focused on swimming. Last night had a home swim meet. It was their first home meet. They won convincingly. They got a good team. Went to one of the golf meets earlier in the week, but they haven't been able to play much with all this rain.
That's right.
So they'll play a lot more this week.
One of the swimmers, I want to say, is it Rumley? Is that her name?
Yep, she's the defending state champ in the 50 freestyle, and then they also have Erin DeRuska back. They were both on the state champion 200 freestyle relay. So yeah, they have quite a potent team this year.
So you've got the Ankeny Hawks are playing at the Iowa City West tournament. You can do double duty, or are you just going to worry about football tomorrow?
You know, I could do that. Centennial's also out at Southeast Polk, so I could stop there on the way as well. So we'll see how early I get up tomorrow.
Emphasis on the word could. All right, so next week on the podcast you said what you're talking about. Other things that you've covered, or other things you think we should know about coming up on Ankeny Fanatic?
Well, in a couple of weeks we're going to have Jerry Pizzetti on the podcast. We're going to have him on before the season started. There was 1 week, but we had some technical malfunctions, so we had to reschedule. So now we're going to have him on the week after the Dowling game, so we'll have a lot to talk about.
Centennial game tonight at 2-0 Waterloo West. It's a game that they're hoping they could win. We'll have their game here in a couple of weeks, but they're rolling too.
They are, and I see they're already up 7-0 tonight. They scored on their first possession, I think. So, yeah, I expect them to be 3-0 going into next week.
What do you think of this whole Cedar Falls, Ankeny, Waterloo, Ankeny, Iowa City, Des Moines matchups this week?
Well, it's kind of fun to see some new teams. I was really looking forward to this game. Seeing these Cedar Falls players, particularly Campbell and Wolf. You hear so much about them. You obviously don't get to see much of these teams, around here. So yeah, it's fun to see these different teams.
It's one of those things that the teams who are in the final in Class 4A, they're going to have some of these cross games to kind of look at and see. Oh wait, we played them, and Kennedy played them, or wait, we are Kennedy, and we. So there's a whole lot of that going on too.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
All right, Dan Holm from Ankeny Fanatic. We'll let you get back on the sidelines. And 7-0 is our score. Hawks lead Cedar Falls. You are watching CISN.TV. My thanks again, Dan Holm. Good to see you as always.
You bet. You too.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender, and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service. We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. It's August and time for our early end of season sale. Groups that we have too many of are marked way down, like this Sun Villa group, $1,000 off to $32.99. Or this North Cape Avant group, sofa or sectional, 20% off. Or this great Lloyd Flanders Charleston group, $1,000 off to $32.99. The best weather for outdoor furniture is still ahead of us, and we still have Iowa's largest selection.
Hey, guess what? I'm still eating. Tim. Hi. Tim Halber, Paul Yeager. I'll talk through it. It doesn't really matter. Anybody who's had a meal with me knows that. All right, first half, Hawks played well. What are they going to have to do here in the second?
They kind of maintained that offensive momentum. I think they did a good job with the line. They're getting positive yards. Even when they had a penalty, they had a 3rd and long down there. They're on the 15-yard line. They got a first down out of it. The offensive line's getting a good push. I think keep that Cedar Falls offense in check. Kind of keep in front of them. Don't let them, get an easy score. and I think get a couple long drives like they had before. I think they have a chance to kind of maintain the lead. Another touchdown would be tremendous for that offense.
It would, and that's something that they're trying to do. And Cedar Falls is got to figure out a way with Logan Wolf to get him in the mix. And our Jeff Brooks had a chance to catch up on that Cedar Falls sideline, and he's making his way right now with head coach Brad Remmert as they are trailing 7-0. We are here on CISN.TV, and we'll go right down to Jeff Brooks down that on that sideline now. Jeff?
Hey, I'm here with Coach. Coach, a lot of action there this first half. Tell me some things that went well for you guys.
Well, defensively we played well for most of the time. We just we couldn't get the field position flipped with our offense, and too many mistakes offensively. So those are things we're going to correct. And Ankeny did a heck of a job. They're playing hard defensively. They've caused us some fits. We just got to develop some consistency on offense.
So, what was your overall message for the guys in the locker room coming out to halftime? You're right in the ball game. What'd you kind of give them?
Absolutely. Hey, we know we're playing a great team. Watching them on film, what they did last week against Johnston, we know they're a great football team. We just got to develop some continuity on offense, get some rhythm, and quit having negative plays. We got some things we can do. We just got to go out and execute.
All right. Thank you, Coach, for your time.
Coach Brad Remmert and Jeff Brooks down on the sideline here, and on our Shields sideline the entire season. 7-0 Ankeny leads. We're still a couple of minutes away from kickoff in the second half. We'll try to do a couple of tallies, take a look at some other scores. You got them from all over the place tonight. And we'll do that when we take this break. You're watching high school football on CISN.TV.
Sales event featuring one low price on Iowa's top 2 brands. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. Serving free hot dogs and soda 11:30 to 1:30. Hundreds of new Chevys and Fords marked with one low price. Schottenkirk needs used car inventory and is in a position to give you more for your trade. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. The Labor Day sales event going on now at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Schottenkirk's All-American.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Ankeny Hawks will get the ball to start the second half. It's a touchback as the big booming leg of Cedar Falls kicker, Matthew Cook, 1st and 10 from the 20. Is where the Ankeny Hawks will start the ball. Let's go down back to Jeff Brooks, who's been busy on that sideline. Now on that far sideline looking around. What do you think, Jeff? What Cedar Falls, what they kind of give off as they're warming up?
Well, a lot of good vibes over here on this sideline. They're still a motivated group. I look for them to come out, their defense to square up a little bit and give Ankeny a challenge here. This is going to be a good second half.
And the Hawks will come out with Bauer again at quarterback. He's got Boyd next to him. He sends Max Griffin in motion. They fake left, go right. Bauer still runs and gets about 4. Good pickup on first down.
Yeah, first time I've seen them use Griffin in motion, on that option, coming here to the outside. Good read by Bauer, take it in, pick it up 4 yards. We talked about that, getting positive yards on that first down play.
Early on, second half, Hawks lead 7-0. Up the middle, Boyd. And it seems like every play that they run in a traditional sense, Tim, has just not been there tonight. And a late penalty. The whistle had been blowing. Boyd had still been carrying, and that is one of those that a coach does not want to see at any stretch.
Similar to the flag we saw, I remember a couple weeks ago, kind of carrying through the play, the whistle blows, the guys kind of keep playing on. That's always going to result in a penalty here from an officiating crew. So big break. Usually as it goes against Ankeny, but this is a big play, big 15-yard penalty at the end of the play to give them first down in the 39.
Ball goes up to the Ankeny 39-yard line. So now 61 yards from the house are the Ankeny Hawks on 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the right. And they fake Boyd and go up the middle. So now that has shored up a little bit. That play had been open for Bauer. And making the stop for Cedar Falls is big number 87 right there, Tyson French. He's 6'5", 209. Tim, I don't know if we've really talked about it. This is a big Cedar Falls team.
Yeah, he's kind of average at 6'5", 209, you know,
average.
for a Cedar Falls player.
Average. That's funny. They swing it out to Boyd. He catches it in field, and so now it looks like Cedar Falls has made adjustments there as well. Making a stop on that far side of Boyd is Alexander Paxson. It'll be 3rd and 10.
That's a tough block out there for, it looks like Norgard's out there and that playing that wide right, trying to get a block on that cornerback. You got to kind of hold it for so long. So that the swing pass is out there. They got trips out here to the left.
A little bit of confusion in the Ankeny offensive line. Bauer looks down the middle, has time, throws. It's caught. No. Dropped by Brody Brecht. Would have been a first down. He comes down awkwardly. Had it on the fingertips. The Ankeny, one of Brecht's teammates, is trying to make a plea. And that could have just been one of those that got the wind knocked out of him. I'm speculating. I shouldn't do that.
I think the ground kind of caused the ball to go out. He climbed the ladder for that one. He got up there at the top of his jump, you know, caught her on the fingertips, and then he kind of got undercut and kind of came down pretty hard. Very tough ball to grab on, you know, good hard throw by Bauer there. That would have been a first down if you'd hung on to it.
Jeff Brooks is on that far sideline and about 20 yards from the play. What do you see, Jeff?
Well, Brody went up and he caught that ball, but man, he took a hit on that play, like you said, right in the stomach area, and I think when he landed, he just couldn't quite secure it all the way to the ground. The way he popped up could have been just wind. I know that's one of the worst feelings is when you have the wind knocked out of you. 7-0, Hawks lead, but they're going to have to punt with number 7, Max Griffin. Logan Wolf, the lone wolf, back deep for the Tigers at the 25-yard line.
Let's see if Griffin tries to run a little bit. What they give his return team, you know, a little chance to get down there for the tackle.
And it's blocked by Campbell. And Griffin just falls on it at the 10, so Campbell didn't scoop it up. Tim, you called it earlier that Campbell was kind of making noise on that, and that gamble pays off huge for the Tigers.
Well, he's a 6'4" linebacker coming in from the outside, and I think when Griffin rolls a little bit to his right to make that punt, he kind of closes in on that blocker. He came in, he kind of saw those getting awful close. Hate to see that happen here early on in the third quarter. You know, big turnover there for Cedar Falls.
So now the Tigers trying to find pay dirt for the first time. 1st and goal inside the 10. Loescher under center. Sends Frericks in motion. They hand off up the middle. Gross still on his feet inside the 5 to the 3 before Mello Gray makes the stop. Gain of about 7 on the play. Gross had a pretty good first half, picks right up there, and now Cedar Falls can almost fall into the end zone. They're so close. Frericks off the line to the right. Goes in motion. Gross behind. Gets the handoff. Gross has an open field. Touchdown! 3-yard score for Bo Gross. The junior puts the Tigers on the board, and they're an extra point away from tying it.
Yeah, Frericks goes in motion there from right to left, gets in behind that offensive tackle, kind of goes up in there, kind of gets a block on there, really kind of, you know, seals off that left side there, make it easy run, you know, for the touchdown.
3-yard touchdown run, Bo Gross. A 2-play, 10-yard drive. On to attempt the extra point is Matthew Cook, and it's good. Tied at 7 here at CISN.
Do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guy.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes.
However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Turnover turns into points for Cedar Falls. The blocked punt by Jack Campbell. 2 plays later, Cedar Falls is on the board and have tied the game at 7. Brand new football game. It's going to be a short kick taken at the 3. Hawks still on their feet, and up near the 20-yard line is Nick Shirley, the junior. Gets it across to the 21-yard line. That's where the Hawks will start. And Jeff Brooks is down on that far sideline, right about where that punt was blocked. Looked kind of easy over there, Jeff.
Yeah, no, he got through there, got his palm up, and, Cedar Falls definitely took advantage of that opportunity and the swing of momentum, and Ankeny just needs to answer now.
Hawks will bring out the possession with Griffin, Boyd, and Bauer. And let's see if Brecht is back in there. He is, as is Falk. Fake it, throw it, go to Griffin. Caught at the 20. Max makes a move, puts his head down, gets out of bounds at about the 25. Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, Brecht is one tough kid. He kind of gets the wind knocked out and comes back out there. He's kind of sealing off the edge, getting a good block. It helped gain, took a no gain, basically getting 4 yards out of it, blocking on his receiver position.
Second down, play reverse. Brody Brecht to throw. He's got a wide open man underthrown. Coming back to get the ball and make a play. It's going to be a pass interference. Griffin was the open receiver. It was underthrown. Griffin stopped the route, came back, but the defender for Cedar Falls, Ben Cernette, didn't see it. He's called for the interference.
Yeah, he was turning around. That ball was about 5 yards underthrown. It's almost like a defenseless, the defender doesn't know where the ball is. You're going to get a pass interference call. A little bit of trickery there for Ankeny, but turned out positive. But the ball's there. I like seeing they're throwing the ball downfield. They're kind of taking some shots here. You're 0-2. You're trying to get a win. This would be an upset. Number 5 ranked Cedar Falls, so they're playing them toe-to-toe.
Well, there's some thought. This is one thing that the crossover games are giving us a sense of. How good are the East? How good are the West teams? As tonight we're finding out with Cedar Falls. And Ankeny tied at 7. Up the middle, Cale Boyd gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line before he's tackled by Trayton Weimer.
Good blocks there by Bayer and Miller on that left side, getting their blocks in there, getting gets a good 5-yard gain on a first down.
Hurry up offense for the Hawks. Fake to Boyd, go to Brecht. Caught near side and shoved out of bounds. Campbell helps Wolf, so Logan Wolf and Jack Campbell. That's a lot of talent right there making that stop.
They might be the first official catch for Brecht in this game. I know he's had kind of some hard hits where they're like to see him kind of get in the flow of the game, kind of use his talent there at the wideout.
54 yards to go to a score, but 5. Hit as he throws is Bauer. Tipped away last second, incomplete. Landon Wolf had a hand in it. So did Logan Wolf. Logan Wolf, 17. I didn't see the 1, so Logan makes the stop.
Yeah, Folk was out there. That's a good play. He kind of got down there. If he had just kind of put a little more air underneath it, he was having a rush in his face trying to get that ball off. I'm surprised he did get the ball off, downfield.
Let's see what Campbell can do now, coming after Max Griffin, who stands at his own 31-yard line. 4th down, punting situation. Low liner. Bounces, takes an Ankeny bounce. Boyd is able to seal off and prevent Logan Wolf from picking up and getting a return. The Hawks pin the Tigers inside the 20 back to the 17-yard line where the Tigers will start. Jeff Brooks is on our Shield sideline with this report.
Yeah, hey, there is still a little bit of breeze down here. I think Cedar Falls is going to take advantage of that while they have it for the next 8.5 minutes, and then turns back over to Ankeny, so we see if they can switch that too.
Ball is on the Cedar Falls 17. 83 yards to go for the score. Handoff up the middle. Gross makes one Hawk miss, still running towards the pylon or the first down marker. He's going to get it. Pickup of almost 11 up to the 28-yard line before Griffin and Hayes Gibson, Nick Shirley there for the tackle.
Ankeny had two guys blitzing in there. Kuma's coming off his corner spot here on the left side, trying to sneak in the backfield, trying to make a big play.
Gain of 11. Gross has been very good tonight. Tight formation for the Tigers. Handoff, Gross, and a stunting Hawk comes through. Take a wild guess who it is, Tim.
Yeah.
Brecken Manis. Manis no gain because of his tackle.
Yeah, Watson's in there as well from the safety position. Safeties are playing up close. They're kind of blitzing, their free safety coming up, making some plays in the line of scrimmage as they go on.
It's one thing the Tigers haven't exactly thrown downfield too much in this contest. See what they do on this 2nd and 10 situation. They're still kind of in a tough field position, but lots of breathing room for Wolf or for Loescher under center. Handoff, Gross, chasing him down is Ray J. Crawford. He'll get there first, and getting there second is Mo Watson after a gain of about 3.5.
Yeah, Watson getting up there, forcing that play. I think going back to Loescher, I think, why they're not throwing downfield. When he's dropped back, he's not had a lot of time. He's been on the run, kind of throwing on the run, get hitting from behind. So he hasn't had a lot of time to kind of sit back there and have us pick over the field. So a good 3-man rush, selective blitzing by the Hawk defense has kind of kept him off balance.
His mom, Lisa, a PE teacher, now administrator. Loescher throws, caught, and first down for the Tigers. Catch made, Luke Anholt. Gibson there, as well as Braden Johnson, or Ayeti Tuieta, but not before a gain of 8 on the play. First down for Cedar Falls. Anholt made it look easy. Loescher under center again. Steps back out, play clock at 10, lots of time. Here comes Griffin on the blitz. Loescher rolls to where that blitzer was, and Loescher near the sticks and is going to get the first down and then some. Couple of extra whistles still blowing. This crew will usually let the teams play, but back at the 32-yard line. Max Griffin down at the 32. He came on the stunt. Back in that first game, Tim, he hit that shoulder real hard. He had trouble with the left shoulder. Now this year, trouble with the right. He is a gamer, wants to be out there for every snap if he can.
Yeah, he kind of came in there, kind of rushing, trying to get on the definitely a pass play. Just kind of caught a hard block and went down kind of hard. Looks like they're kind of running, trying to get Logan Wolf running the seam, running the hash mark straight down the field. Good rush in there, kind of forced Loescher to take a sideline route with the run.
Max gets up. He's trying to cheer those Hawks up a little bit here. The right arm. He's got a brace on there. I saw him come off the bus tonight. Playing through the pain. 6:21 to go, tied at 7. Cedar Falls has the football, and they're moving it. Frericks goes in motion. Gross. A lot of room. Fans near wanted a hold. They're not going to get it.
Yeah, Watson is another good job coming in from the safety position, but too many bodies down there. They're kind of leading with Frericks, their fullback or their tight ends kind of getting up there, getting a block on a linebacker. They're kind of finding a way to kind of get those linebackers isolated, finding a little more running room instead of getting tackled in the backfield.
I have Gross for 25 yards on this drive alone. He is in control. 2nd and short. Handoff, Gross up the middle. He's got the first down. And then he stood up and driven backwards. Mellow Gray. Also in there is Cale Crimmins.
Yeah, Caden Young is in there. Just missed getting the tackle. Kind of blew in for this defensive tackle position in the backfield. Almost had him in the tackle there.
Ball at the Ankeny 33. This drive started all the way back on the 17. And now it's the Tigers' turn to run a lot of offensive plays and time off this clock. Loescher surveys the situation, drops back to pass, throws, caught, juggled, Wolf, he gets it. Playing it safe was Nick Shirley, and if he goes for that ball, there's a chance he at least knocks it down. They just didn't want Wolf to get anything plus after the catch.
Wolf juggled it. I thought he was going to pop it back up in the air and get an interception, similar to what happened to Ankeny in the first quarter. That's a long throw from this side of the field to the other side.
And, it's kind of hard to, imagine how the offense is different when you're going under center. So many teams go from that shotgun. The 3-step drop does take time. Toss, Gross, and 1 missed tackle. 2 missed tackles, but not number 3. As Tuieta. And it's a gain of, it's going to be close to a first down.
Looks like I want to measure it.
This game brought to you by Mid-American Energy here. The Hawks scored on a 2-yard touchdown run by Cale Boyd on a 15-play, 73-yard drive back in the second quarter. Then in the third quarter, Cedar Falls on a 3-yard touchdown run by Bo Gross. Tied it at 7 at the 9:27 mark. We're still at that point now with 4:06 to play. As the chains come from the far to the near side, and Chuck Britton says, think I can get a piece of paper. Yeah, not even I think that's 3 decks of cards. So it'll be third and a 3 deck of cards, Jeff Brooks. What do you think? Is that about right? Is that about what it looks like?
That's all right. I got you now. I think my Raiders lost on a call like that last year, but yeah, it's in there.
Your Raiders open up with who this weekend, Jeff? They play in the division, I think, don't they?
They play Monday night.
Okay.
I don't
And
recall.
this is the last season in Oakland,
they
right?
play, yeah. Last season in Oakland, going to Vegas.
2nd and short. Very, very short. Ball on the 24.
Getting a play and coming from the sideline.
Sideline says 3rd down, and that's what the scoreboard says, so it's 3rd down. Loescher calls his own number, stood up, and then he does get it. Initially didn't. Hard to run a quarterback keeper at Mellow Gray, but somehow the offensive line for Cedar Falls of Caleb Holzman, Justin Campbell, Brady Hoth, Jackson Leistico, and Ben Sock. So it'll be first down, fresh set of downs for Cedar Falls on first down. Again, under center, toss sweep, Gross, left side. Crawford was there, but he was getting pushed out of position. And the run moves up to about the 15.
Crawford had the edge out there. He kind of, forced Gross to run back up inside, back into the interference. But too many yards given up on this first down.
Gross has been hard to stop. He's Haven't seen any of Sam Gary. It's been all Ben Gross. Gary was the leading rusher. Play action. Here comes the blitz. Makes one man miss. Loescher throws towards the end. He's got a man, but it's too far. Leads him out of bounds. Ray J. Crawford was given pressure, maybe just a little too out of control. Little head fake got him out of the way, but it's third down now. Big play for both teams here.
You know, when you come up there into that quarterback's face, you got to break down a little bit, keep him in front of you, makes him happy for you. Yeah, just a simple little shoulder shrug, you know, kind of escaped, but had a receiver open in the back of the end zone, overthrew him.
Third down. Toss sweep, Gross, right side. Play stretched out. He cuts it back against the grain. He is stopped inside the 15. He's close. Ray J. Crawford and Jordan Cum converge. It's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, Gibson came over from the safety position. Now that he's back in there, if he's not starting quarterback, playing a good safety, came over there helping finish the tackle, you know, keeping it from getting a first down. So now you got a 4th and 2. With the wind at the back, I'm surprised that Cedar Falls would go for the field goal to give themselves, you know, basically a 3-point lead.
Don't know if you do the hard snap here. Big play for the Hawks. Tigers under center. Gross, left side. I don't think he got it. I do not think so. Filling the hole, making the stop. Brecken Manis.
I think they're about a foot, half yard short.
Depending on that spot. They're going to measure. All right, Jeff Brooks. Where are we at? You want to be a betting man? You think that one is a... how close do you think that one is, Jeff?
3 deck of cards.
3 deck of cards or 5? Is this a full football width? Like Jeff's looking at his book right now. Short! Hawks take over on downs. So the 14-play drive stalls out at the Ankeny 14-yard line. So if you accomplished anything, Tim, it's you wore down the defense. Do you kick the field goal now? That'll be one of those things. See what the Hawks do here. If this game goes where nobody scores, you go, well, we left 3 points on the field.
They had been running the ball quite effectively down there. I could see where they're going with the running play. I thought they might go outside wide to pick up that first down. That's been where a bulk of their yardage has come from.
Bauer on the run pass option, keeps it. Man, he is drilled. Oh, wow. Coming up for the stop, Tate Johnson. Wow, what a hit.
Yeah, I saw French in there as well. That's a lot of beef to get out of the way. So I think they kind of know they're going to start keying in on that quarterback. Because Bauer's kind of chewed him up quite a bit with his rushing yards here, so they wanted to keep him under control.
Boyd around the right side, and he stood up and drilled. So now all of a sudden, Tim, couple of conservative plays, and I think the last thing the Hawks want to do is turn around and give the ball right back to Cedar Falls.
As clocks start running fast enough, you don't have to kick back into the wind. I think they got the wide side of the field here, so to the left. I think they might want to do is do a little flare pass out there. You know, maybe get I don't see Griffin in there, but kind of get someone in space. Maybe get Boyd the ball.
Hawks have it, and they run under, and it's going to be well short of the first down. Well short. King makes the stop. So now 4th and 7. You certainly don't want to. You kind of want to try to pin Cedar Falls back a little bit, but right now you're going to wait till the wind is at your back.
Absolutely.
Except Cedar Falls is going to burn her timeout and make Ankeny kick into the wind. 8 seconds remain in the third quarter. You'll hear them next on CISN.TV.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Hawks are going to punt it. Logan Wolf, this could be really good field position. New punter for the Hawks. They go straight up the middle. Kicking it away is Boston Sanderson, and it's taken by Wolf, and he is back at the 50 and driven all the way back to the 45-yard line. Big Scott, let's see, 15 and 5. That would be Cale Boyd and Reese Pitts, making a great defensive special teams there. And that will end the third quarter. Quarter number 4 on CISN.TV is next.
Strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Cedar Falls starts quarter number 4, tied at 7 with the Ankeny Hawks. Reverse, Logan Wolf runs it. He has got a lot of open field, 45-40, gets to the outside, first down, still on his feet, 30, 25, down the near sideline, 10, still on his feet to the 10, 8-yard line before he's finally driven out of bounds. I think Cedar Falls has been waiting a long time to call that one. Great time for Brad Remmert to pull that trick out of the bag.
Yeah, I kind of read all the motion went to the left there. Wolf kind of came out of slot position, to kind of belly back toss play. He had a lot of room wide side of the field out there, and he's got some wheels. Got around there, turned the corner, and there's a foot race.
Gain of 42 yards on the play. Ball on the Ankeny 8-yard line, and now Cedar Falls feels like they're playing with house money. Handoff up the middle. Ben, we've called his name all night, Ben Gross.
Yeah, Gibson came up there strong from the safety position, really kind of kept it down to no gain or 1 yard gain, so that's a tough tackle there. Gross is a tough kid to bring down.
He is. He really is. Paul Yeager alongside Tim Halber and Jeff Brooks and our crew here of CISN.TV. Glad to have you tonight from Ankeny. Cedar Falls marching the football down the field. Didn't come up with points last drive. Will it be the same? Gross up the middle. He stopped once. He's still got his feet, and he's going to find his way into the end zone for a touchdown. 5-yard run, Ben Gross and Cedar Falls with their first lead of the game.
Yeah, he's 5'9", 182, but that's a very solid 182. It's like tackling a fire hydrant.
And he's a guy I didn't even have on the 2 deep coming into tonight. So it was, just a little bit of the way, little strategy here and there. Don't know what the story is on Sam Gary. The extra point is up and good. 14-7 Cedar Falls lead here on CISN.TV.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Cedar Falls goes 3 plays, 51 yards, ends in a touchdown. The boot comes to the near side, and it's going to go out of bounds. No chance for Nick Shirley.
Now they have the option of the play. They could make him re-kick it. They could take the penalty. The 35 plus the 5-yard penalty. It's the new rules that they have here for. So instead of going out at the 35, it's at the 35-yard line.
And that's
that'll
where
be their option.
That'll be where it is. Jeff Brooks, I think you almost caught that, didn't you, on the kickoff?
Yeah, Shirley couldn't get it, but I could have. I don't know how far I would have got. These kids are big.
They are. All right, Hawks have got to find some offense here. They got to get back to what they were working on before, and that's Boyd. But Cedar Falls made good adjustments here at the second half. Bauer keeps it to the right, 40. He's into the secondary and across, a first down, pick up a 12 yards. Bauer delivers the hit. Jack Campbell knocked onto his back. Also there for the stop, Tate Johnson for the Tigers. First down for Ankeny.
Kind of faked it to the left, ran into the short side of the field. Big pickup there because no tight end on that side, so there was some good blocking out there. Finding a seam, getting the first down.
And the pass is intended down for Jordan Cum. Incomplete. So that was a ball, Tim, thrown downfield.
Yep, I think he's looking there. I think the rush kind of got him off his feet, and when you run as a quarterback, you have to somehow kind of slope enough, get your feet back underneath you to make a good throw. He doesn't throw as well on the run, which is a hard. I say it from the booth here. It's not easy pass to make, but he does roll. He's a good athlete. I think if you kind of get out there, kind of get his feet back underneath, he might hit one of those long passes.
Bauer, play action, has some time, throws downfield, almost intercepted. Trying to go. Grant Moeller and also Weston Folk were in the neighborhood, but so was Cedar Falls.
Yeah, a lot of time back there. He was kind of setting up, he's kind of moving around, looking for a receiver. I think he's throwing 15 yards downfield. There's a gap underneath there between the line of scrimmage and about 10 yards downfield. There's like a little pocket in there because linebackers are dropping off pretty deep.
Third down from the 47. Hawks need to get to the Tiger 43, and it's a timeout, Ankeny. Good timeout at 10:27. Hawks trail here on CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. It's August and time for our early end of season sale. Groups that we have too many of are marked way down, like this Sun Villa group, $1,000 off to $32.99. Or this North Cape Avant group, sofa or sectional, 20% off. Or this great Lloyd Flanders Charleston group, $1,000 off to $32.99. The best weather for outdoor furniture is still ahead of us, and we still have Iowa's largest selection.
Back here at Ankeny Stadium, and the pass is down the field for Brody Breck. That's who you thought they were going to go to, Tim. But now when Ankeny has to throw the football, they've kind of run into a little bit of a wall.
Yeah, because they're dropping back. It's kind of a cover 4. They're kind of playing quarters back there with their defensive backs. The linebackers are dropping back. They're covering a lot of lanes in there, so there's not much room to throw. He's had the time to throw, but I think they would like to have gotten, at least got a first down, kind of, pressure a little bit. Big punt. They got the wind at their back. New punter in there, Boston Sanderson, because Griffin has not made it back on the field.
We've seen him on the sideline. Then they go short kick. They're going for the open. Oh, they were going for the center throw, trying to get it to come. Good play call. Jeff, that was the center protect man that threw it, right?
Yeah, it was. Let me look up his number here. Number 51 threw that.
Caden Young.
Caden Young, I believe, and just didn't quite hit his target there. It was open, but just missed out.
Well, try a little trickery. Keep it out of Logan Wolf's hands. That's one way to do it, Tim.
I think he didn't quite have the laces there to kind of get, put a little bit of mustard on the ball. Yeah, it was a good play call. The play was open. Cedar Falls was surprised.
So was I. 10:19 to play. Cedar Falls has the football, momentum, and they hand off Gross. Gross around the right side, and he still gets a hard 5. And you kind of get the sense now Cedar Falls starting to have their way a little bit with Ankeny.
Yeah, one of those is kind of similar to what you see sometimes with Centennial. That offensive line starts to kind of get a good lather going on here in the fourth quarter. They're drive block, and they're getting downfield and kind of controlling that interior line of Ankeny.
A good lather. I haven't heard that one in a while. Oh, nice. Frericks goes in motion. Gross cuts it back into the middle, and he's into the secondary and inside the 30. Penalty flag comes out late in the middle. Hold the phones and the chains. These two teams, Tim, haven't played. It's against Cedar Falls, which is where Nick Nelson, assistant coach for Ankeny, the son of head coach Rick Nelson, he graduated. He actually played for Brad Remmert. Graduated in 04, back when Remmert was the co-head coach with Pat Mitchell. And if you know anything about Iowa high school football, you know the name Pat Mitchell. He, one of the greatest coaches Iowa high school football has ever seen. And so Remmert, but the plot thickens. Remmert, his dad was a coach when Rick Nelson was at UNI. Nelson remembers when little Brad Remmert rode on the bus to Youngstown State. That was the gay story we heard in the pregame show. As the handoff to Gross goes nowhere.
Good to Madison there on the tackle. That was good. After that penalty, they try to get a run, trying to get that seal on the inside. Creating now 3rd and 12. This is, if Ankeny can stop and get off the field, don't let them get a first down here. They get the ball back. There's still plenty of time, 9 minutes to go. They can get a draw. I think they're offensively, they've been moving well, taking some shots downfield. So here's a big series. This is a big play of the game here for the Ankeny High, 3rd and 12.
All right, what do the Tigers now feel like they have to do? Look for Logan Wolf to get the ball. They haven't been able to find him in a traditional sense. Losher's looking that way on the throw, goes across the middle, over the head, incomplete. Jackson Gilbert, the intended receiver. And so now Cedar Falls is going to have to punt the football away.
Yeah, normally Ankeny's been coming with a 3-man rush, maybe one blitzer. They came in. Looks like they almost brought the house. There's 5 or 6 guys rushing the quarterback. He stepped in, kind of had to throw it high, almost overthrew it, almost got picked off. Watson and Gibson are back there.
High snap. Losher gets it away. It's going to bounce. Oh, it's going to hit. Yeah, that's going to be a Cedar Falls football. That hit an Ankeny player. If I saw it right, and it is. You're trying to get out of the way, and it hit the He had no idea, Jeff. I don't know if you got a number of who that hit.
Yeah, that was number 5, Reese Pitts. He was just blocking his man, and the ball bounced and hit him right in the back.
And that's one of those, you're yelling fire, trying to get out of the way. Oh, that is tough. So
Yeah,
basically, it's like a pass to the 23.
Yeah, it's one of those low kicks that kind of come in there. You can't see, your timing is off. Just unfortunate break. You're staying in the wrong spot at the wrong time. The ball hits in the back.
Cedar Falls will have the football at the 23, 8:29. If they can get another score here, this would be a big mountain to climb for the Hawks. What's the defense got up their sleeves now? Play action. They're going deep. Time's running out. Go back to the second receiver in the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown. Jackson Gilbert for Cedar Falls. 23-yard touchdown score for the Tigers.
Yep, on a first down, thinking that Ankeny's going to think they're going to run the ball there with 8 minutes left to go in the game, kind of eat off some of that clock. Why not take a shot in the first play there after a big turnover, go to the end zone. What a turn of events in just 2 plays.
The punt hits the Ankeny coverage man. Cedar Falls goes for the throat. And the extra point is up and good. 21-7. Cedar Falls in control. 8:19 remains here at Ankeny Stadium.
G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
High quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Cedar Falls gets a couple of breaks to go their way. And that ball is going to be fielded at the 2-yard line by the Hawks' Nick Shirley. He's at the 10, 15, and he had nowhere to go. That kick was tough. It was angling right. If it goes out of bounds, it bounces at the 2. You'd have started at the 2. Shirley had no choice, and Cedar Falls just pinned their ears back and made the coverage.
Yeah, good carry. It was a high kick, especially into the wind. That's a pretty strong kickoff. I thought it might hit the end zone. Yeah, kind of a no man's land. But you're taught as a receiver, if you can make the play, get it upfield. So let's see if Cedar Falls can kind of get, or if Ankeny can kind of get a little momentum here, kind of move the ball. Definitely going to go in the air.
And that's what Cedar Falls is going to know. They go up the middle, Cale Boyd. And Boyd, early on in the first half, there were a lot of bubbles to Boyd. But now that play was taken away. I think really Ankeny only ran that once in the second half. Ankeny just hasn't had a lot of offensive plays in the second half, Tim. They go to Boyd on the swing. He's got it, but when the downfield block is not there.
Yeah, the one thing, when it takes so long, because the ball is out there, he catches it, he's still 5 yards in the backfield, so he still has to make that up just to get to the line of scrimmage. So it takes a little while to develop. You have to maintain that block a long time on the outside. It's kind of tough. You're not going to get a lot. They may have to kind of go down the middle here or find a nice deeper sideline route.
Paxson makes the stop for Cedar Falls. Bauer pulls back the throw, and it's incomplete all over him like a shirt. Tate Johnson, the defense there. And just like that, it's 4th down for the Hawks. And you're going to punt it. 7:21. There's still time in this ball game. You can't just go for it on 4th and give Cedar Falls a ridiculously short field here, Tim. Going to have to punt it with Boston Sanderson again. The sophomore comes in. Don't see any trickery here. The sophomore gets the ball in the air, and it bounces, and it's going to be down at the 35-yard line on the coverage by Mo Watson. Jeff Brooks is down on that sideline, and now the coaching staff's got to do a little, they're trying to keep heads up on that squad, right, or on that sideline.
Yeah, after that last touchdown, I saw the coaching staff talking to the defense, keep playing. You're still in the game. They got their backs against the wall again now, so need a big stop here and see if they can't score quick.
Short kick, 1st and 10, 34-yard line for the Tigers. Loescher under center. Handoff Gross up the middle. Hawks still fighting. Ray J. Crawford also. Sam Belding.
I think you're going to see a lot of Gross here on these carries. You may even see Loescher may take a run. But I don't think they're going to put the ball near. I think if they were be happy if they can kind of take about 2-3 minutes off this clock, keep the ball on the ground.
Gross is the I of the I formation. Long snap count, toss sweep. Gross comes near side. Cuts it back and gets a good couple of yards. Hayes Gibson, the stop at the 23, which is good enough for a first down for the Tigers.
I couldn't see coming there for fullback, but straight I formation, quarterback under center. Definitely has kind of been their running formation here. Now they go back to a single back set.
Loescher's been under center the entire second half. Gross around the right side as Griffin's kicked out, coming up to make a tackle. Tell you what, this defense, Mo Watson, Manis, Crawford, they've really been flying to the ball. They made those plays early in the game, Tim, but been a little harder to make some of those plays here in the second half.
Yeah, I think that there's some adjustments that Cedar Falls made at halftime. They're kind of picking up some of those defensive backs, the corners and the safeties coming up because they were forcing the play. They were getting, a helmet on a player in the backfield.
2nd and 10, 5:48, lots of clock being burned now by Cedar Falls. Clock at 10, they go Gross. Gross is going to be tackled from behind and then drilled again. To Atia.
Okay, Crawford, Gibson, all in there. You're going to see a lot of gang tackling there because they're not going to try to run the ball too far to the sideline to get out of bounds. I think they want to keep that clock running, which now is, nearing the 5-minute mark.
Cedar Falls trailed 7-0 at half, but in the third quarter, Gross scored once, twice, and then a Loescher pass to Gilbert gave the Tigers a 21-7 lead. Play action, beautifully executed, caught by Logan Wolf, far sideline, wrapping up the tackle, Nick Shirley, and that time, Loescher handed the ball, looked like he did a nice fake, and it had Mello Gray really confused.
Yeah, he had his back turned to the play, so he couldn't see the ball. Good sleight of hand there by Loescher. But you have to make sure you as much as you want to tackle the ball carrier for a loss, you have to kind of watch your keys, and you never assume that the quarterback doesn't have the ball. You got to kind of play the man you're supposed to. Hard to do when you're down 21-0. You're trying to make a big play, get a turnover.
4th and 2, Cedar Falls going for it. Don't want to give a blocked field goal. They're going to go pass, fade to the back of the end zone. Wolf goes up, grabs it. Touchdown! On 4th and 2, a 15-yard score. They were looking him the entire way on that play, running the fade, and Wolf just went, big hands, grabbed a hold of it. Touchdown.
When you're 6'4", going out there along that sideline, he kind of put the ball, kind of one of those back shoulder fades, which is popular in the NFL. Just kind of laid the ball up there. He used his height, went up there, looked like a rebound in basketball, kind of pulled it down the end zone, and you can kind of run that play all day.
16-yard touchdown pass. Extra point is good. 28-7. Tigers in the lead, back in 30 on CISN.TV.
Labor Day sales event featuring one low price on Iowa's top 2 brands. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. Serving free hot dogs and soda 11:30 to 1:30. Hundreds of new Chevys and Fords marked with one low price. Schottenkirk needs used car inventory and is in a position to give you more for your trade. Open Labor Day 9 to 4. The Labor Day sales event going on now at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Schottenkirk's All-American.
The Hawks of Ankeny will be on the receiving end of this kick as the Cedar Falls Tigers have opened up a 28-7 lead here. 4:43 back at Ankeny Stadium on CISN.TV. High kick, going to be taken on the bounce by Shirley. Not really sure why he let that one bounce. I think he may have gotten his lines mixed up. A lot of lines down there on the inside, and our Jeff Brooks is on the far sideline, patrolling things. Jeff, what do you know?
Well, that last touchdown pass definitely was, 6'4" versus 5'11". Let's see what we can do. Get it in, and Ankeny needs to fight. There's other weeks down the road. They're playing for their teammates here.
So we go over a little bit of our post-game plan. Try to talk to Coach Nelson as Bauer keeps it around the right side, gets across the 10 up to the 13. Next week, the Hawks are home with Roosevelt. And then at Dowling, at Hoover, host Lincoln, Sioux City North, and at Sioux City East. Big 3 first games for the Hawks. And then Dowling after that. Hard to see, keep that hope, but you have to keep moving forward. This Ankeny team led Cedar Falls for half of this game. And you can't say moral victories, but they're playing tough. They're keeping with it right now. Cedar Falls is a good football team.
Well, they are. Like I said, they're ranked 5th in 4A. This is the 3rd game in a row that Yankees had to play a ranked team. They've had a tough early schedule here to start this season, and they're playing tough. They are not a typical 0-2, maybe soon to be 0-3 team, but I thought they had a definite chance tonight. I know I predicted earlier on in the game that I wouldn't be surprised if Ankeny would upset Cedar Falls, and they're playing that way.
And just like that, another incompletion, and it'll be 4th down. Now their chance to punt. Ankeny's really had a hard time running the football on a consistent basis up the middle. Cedar Falls has just been too good up front. As the punt by Sanderson rolls, taken by Wolf back at the 45. He's still dancing. Penalty flag is down. Wolf takes a whole bunch of guys up to the 35-yard line. We'll see what this penalty is.
Usually it's where you get kind of a push in the back. You're trying to set up a return on the backside.
So the penalty is against the Tigers. A legal block in the back. So this will come back a little bit and we'll give the Tigers a little more room to work. The Hawk defense going to have to try to make a stop here. They're going to stick with their first teamers in there.
We'll see if the Cedar Falls changing up. Are they keeping the same quarterback? Looks like they may have a new quarterback in the lineup.
Handoff right side, couple of yards for the Tigers as Chip Custer gets the handoff, and now we're going to see a few more.
Sophomore Landon Wolf coming in, playing quarterback. Don't know if there's any relation to Wolf, the tailback.
Fumble on the play. Cedar Falls quarterback falls on it. Making that recovery is Landon Wolf, 6'2". Still at 6'2". Everybody's over 6 foot on the Cedar Falls team. Hardly any 5-foot guys. Fans starting to empty out here a little bit. Had a little high expectations in this game. Fans, stay with us here. If you're watching, we'll get a little post game in, try to catch up with the coaching staff. Handoff, and still moving forward, Tate Johnson. He gets inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and Cedar Falls is going to punt.
Yep, probably clock hasn't started yet.
I think Griffin didn't play much in the late third and fourth quarter, and that was kind of they really kind of need him on the field.
Yeah, they can miss him on defense. He had a little bit, he's a skill position player that can catch the ball on offense, so it kind of slowed them down a little bit on some of the things they can do.
The punt is going to be bounce, and that's going to die on about the 2. Nope, rolls in. Touchback. Yep. Went into. That would have been Ankeny's way, wouldn't it? If it would have been fallen dead at the 1.
I was just kind of scared to see that. No, don't stop at the 1. But the person touching the ball down had entered the end zone, so that creates the ball will be downed as an end zone ball. So to get the ball on the 20-yard line here.
So Ankeny will bring out still their first team, still trying to find some positive plays. They've got Mello Gray in the fullback position. Bauer's going to snap it up. And they're going to go up the middle to Cale Boyd. Clock approaching a minute 15.
They got Mello in there at fullback. I think they're trying to maybe bust one up the middle here, quick like. Or maybe give Mello the ball.
They might. I've been expecting Mello to get it. Mello gets the kick out. Boyd gets free around the left side, 40, 45, 50 into Tiger territory. And now the Hawks just trying to get some positive momentum. 50 seconds, under 50, 49.2 remain.
They got 2 timeouts left. Try to end this game because they've earned, to score another touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of do that fake handoff. Maybe do something, roll out, throw something down the end zone.
Up the middle for about 5. So it'll be homecoming next week. And we'll have the pregame around 6:40, 6:45. Cale Boyd goes up the middle on 2nd down, and it'll be 3rd and short. So we'll have Cedar Falls will host Bettendorf next week. Then they go to Dubuque Hempstead, host Cedar Rapids Jefferson, go over to Waterloo West, home with Dubuque Senior, and at Cedar Rapids Prairie. Prairie playing Waukee, and they had problems with the lights tonight as the final whistle sounds 28-7. Cedar Falls with the win. We'll talk in the post game with Coach Nelson. We'll get a chance to ask him what he thought, who thought he played well tonight, and what are some positives they can take. I really say, they took Logan Wolf out of this game for the majority of this game tonight. So that good defense was playing well, and maybe we'll talk with Chase Bauer and feel how he's doing, or maybe Brecken Manis what worked on the defense. We'll work that out when we come back. The post game coming up next on CISN.TV.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields. Here's to everyone.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
There's your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all. Everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Back here at Ankeny Stadium, Paul Yeager and Tim Halber, and the Hawks meeting at the 25 and 30-yard line. That's a squad that's 0-3. But Tim, moral victories and things like that. You've played 3 of the toughest teams in the state in Centennial, who will probably be top 5 before much longer. Johnson, who is top 5, and Cedar Falls, who is number 5. Yeah. You played well. You lead at half. He's trying to get those guys to stay with him. They have a game with Roosevelt next week. This is probably one of the toughest things a coach has to do when you go 0-3.
Yeah, keeping your team motivated, because they did play hard. I would say that they played a great first half. They came out there, and then they make a couple mistakes. They had that block punt, which caused a touchdown. They had that inadvertent misfortune down here, a turnover on the punt that fell into the back of the player.
Back of the guy.
Yeah. Just after they had a big fourth down stop there. So they're close. We kind of fragile because when you're not winning, you make a few mistakes and you have scores against you. It's kind of hard to maintain that. But they played Cedar Falls, toe to toe, and I thought they did an excellent job. Just got to be able to finish that game.
Cedar Falls made great adjustments in that at halftime because Cale Boyd. There was a lot of swing bubble plays to him out of the backfield, get him moving forward. Ankeny had a hard time running the ball up the middle tonight. Pretty much anybody that tried to run up the middle, with the exception of Chase Bauer.
Yeah, excellent job. He kind of found that lane up there, and they started there. They had some great drives where he was having 8-yard, 10-yard gains down there. He kind of had the Cedar Falls defense off balance. I think they could have kept that up. I think the offense has potential. I think they had the lead there. I think, bounce back next week, kind of see if they can kind of build momentum what they're doing today against a very good large Cedar Falls squad.
Yeah.
And see if they get the win next week.
Well, you got 2 Division I players, at least. Oh, wow. I mean, we didn't mention it. Logan Wolf is going to try to play 2 sports at UNI. At least that's one of the reports I read, basketball and football. Kind of hard to do.
Yes.
But Wolf is a really good player. Jack Campbell, we can say we didn't say his name much, but his presence was still felt. You think about the blocked punt on that far sideline as the Ankeny crowd or the huddle broke, and Jeff is going to try to make a way. And I see Jeff, and I think, do we have Jeff Brooks right now? Is he? Yep. Jeff, let's go down to Jeff Brooks down on the sideline. Jeff?
Yeah, I'm down here on the field with a couple of the players. So
Brecken, looks like you got Jace Bauer and Brecken Manis.
Yeah, Brecken's with me right now. So Brecken, first half, did exceptionally well, played well as a team. What kind of turn there in the game for you guys?
Started making a few mental mistakes, easy mistakes that we can fix them very easily. Kind of ran out of gas there at the end too. Be better next week.
Yeah, definitely. Your schedule is very favorable for you. As a teammate, what are you going to pass on to the rest of your teammates going forward here?
Just keep our heads up. We can still make it to the playoffs, make a deep run.
Absolutely, you can. The schedule's all in your favor, so go get them. All right. All right.
All right. Keep going, Jeff.
Yep. So Jace is with me here. So Jace, how are you settling into the offense? That first half, you looked really good. You know, tell me about that a little bit. What worked for you there in the first half?
We just need to start getting mentally prepared and know our jobs, because in the first half we really knew what we were doing. We were all clicking on all cylinders. In the second half, the wheels kind of fell off, and that just kind of one head goes down, and then everyone else's heads go down. And me as a quarterback, I need to help these guys. We need to get closer as a team, because right now we are not too close. So we need to get closer.
So, as you come back out into the second half, they made some adjustments, took away some things from you. How do you go forward and learn from that as a player, as a teammate, going forward for the rest of the year?
We just need to start. We just need to keep the same intensity that we kept in the first half. If we come out flat, then stuff like that's going to happen. So we need to come out with the same intensity in the second half, and things will start going our way. But I think I love this team. This team is it's a great team, and I think we're gonna make a run. But we just gotta start getting things going. So.
All right. Well, hey, good luck the rest of your season. I know you guys got it in you.
All right. Thank you, Jeff Brooks, down on the sideline. Jeff, I don't know, were you close enough to hear Coach what he was saying to them? I was going to have you ask that, and I know you're trying to chase him down, so I'll let Jeff Brooks. He's going to have to run after Coach Nelson as he's making the run. And I know he's wanting to get back on the bus, and it looks like he's talking with Dan Holm right now. Maybe we'll just stick the mic in there and listen to him talk. You know, it's tough to be down right now. This is a situation that Ankeny has been in the last couple of years. They just have an incredibly tough schedule early on, and it's hard to say, just wait for it, guys. Just wait for it. But, you know, you heard it at halftime with volleyball. Front-loaded schedule, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, they're mature. They're at the mature quick. Like you said, they can make a run. I mean, the season's definitely not over. They can make a run, still get a shot to get in the playoffs. They're got two of their top offensive weapons are sophomores.
Yeah,
they're a young team.
Yeah.
It's an experience. You kind of have to go through these bumps in the road. I think once they kind of get on the roll, they start scoring. It's going to start coming in bunches. They're going to start. I think their confidence is a elusive thing to have in football, but once you get it, you can do a lot of things.
It's just really hard with 14 and 15-year-old kids when you're talking about sophomores, and they're playing at this high level and playing these high-level teams. Next week they play Roosevelt, who is playing Des Moines East tonight in a game in the Metro, and the Rough Riders have had their own rough ride, coaching change. Their coach left basically 2 days before camp opened, and they've had to change things up a little bit and try to right their ship. They're going through their own tough, and they're probably looking at an 0-3 Ankeny thinking, hey, this one's in our favor too.
Yeah, Ankeny hopes they think that way when they come in here. I think Ankeny plays very tough. I think they're going to be not easy out. But yeah, it should be a good matchup next week. I look forward to kind of seeing how they do. But we've been watching them now for a couple of games. I'm impressed with them. I think they shoot themselves in the foot, but it's hard when you've had this, bad things go your way. When they go bad, they really kind of get affected mentally.
All right, I see Jeff down on the sideline. Somebody's putting his hand up. Let's just go to you, Jeff.
Yeah, Coach right now is finishing up an interview, so it might be a second or two. I'll try to snag him if I can. I know.
Jeff, what did you hear him say to those guys there at the end of the game?
I don't know his protocol or how comfortable he is, so I kind of stood back a little bit, and I didn't want to get in their business too much. But we'll see what we can do here.
That's all
kind
right.
of far away, so if I break up, sorry about that.
That's all right. Well, it looks like he's talking with Dan Holm, and you'll be able to see those comments on Ankeny Fanatic, who helped bring you this broadcast. And some of you are watching it on Ankeny Fanatic, and we're closing things up. I had a couple of scores earlier tonight. Let's see. Valley was leading Cedar Rapids Kennedy 21-0, and Dowling was leading Johnston 20-0 at last check. Tonight, Ankeny got on the board. Cale Boyd with a 2-yard touchdown. Valley is now up 35-0 on Kennedy, and that's in the last check was on the third quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter now. Thank you. for that, Jimmy. Ankeny on a 2-yard touchdown run by Cale Boyd. That was a big 15-play, 73-yard drive. Now we go back to Jeff Brooks down on the sideline with Coach.
Yeah, I got my truck. So let them go. I got my pickup right here.
He can let yeah, he came late. All right, go ahead, Jeff.
All right, so, hey, I'm here with Coach. Coach, 2 halves there. First half, boy, you guys were good. What kind of turned there in the second half for you guys?
Well, the punt block, I think. You know, when you don't touch probably one of the better players in the state of Iowa and let him run off the edge, and we're rolling to him, probably is not a real good deal. I believe the stats. I could be. I can't remember, but I know the stats. If you get a punt blocked, you've got about a 20% chance of winning a football game.
Yeah.
And you know, and then we got the one that hit our kid in the head, and they get it on our 12 or whatever. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, we're I don't know. We're 0-3, and we just gotta play a little better. We have good kids. They're trying. I mean, I don't think maybe it didn't look like it in the second half, but they were trying, and we're coaching hard. You know, I'm just I guess I'm just a little scared. You know, I don't want to lose them. I think last year we lost I lost our team, just because I'd get so, you know, get so irritated and frustrated. And I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be a little bit calmer, because no one means to drop a ball or not block a guy. And they're 15 to 17-year-old kids. So, and I have to realize too, and I'm not making excuses, you know, we probably start in 10 sophomores. So, and that's not an excuse. That was a team full of pretty good-sized young men, and we're not quite young men yet. So we'll see. We'll watch the film, and I'll be a little bit more intelligent. But I think we were just second half. I think their defense kind of whipped us a little bit up front, and we got to get a little bit of a running game going to help our quarterback out. You know, I'm supposed to be the line coach, so it really starts with me. So I better get my rear in gear.
Well, I'll tell you what, the schedule definitely changes for you here. You played 3 top-rated teams in the state of Iowa to start off. You kind of turned the momentum here, and what are your thoughts of the schedule going forward?
You know, I don't know. I haven't even looked at any of the teams. You know, if we would just play a little better, we wouldn't even feel this poorly. I mean, Cedar Falls was a much better football team than Johnston. I thought.
I would agree.
Offense, defense, special teams. I thought Cedar Falls was a good football team, and I was scared a little bit of their size, you know, coming in. And so when we scheduled them, you know, like an idiot, I scheduled them. You know, I know those guys, and that'd be great. Well, you know, I didn't know they had, like, you know, 20 starters were seniors. And, you know, they have a good football team. So that was a tough game for us. I really felt like we had plenty of opportunities to beat Johnston. I know Centennial shut us out, but we had opportunities to beat Centennial. I don't know, in the second half, it just felt like, wow, you know, we just I don't know, we just kind of fell apart. And I think part of it had to do with Cedar Falls. I mean, they're a good team. And I think, you know, they kind of took over, and our kids were trying to respond. We just didn't do, you know, enough.
All right, very good, Jeff.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, we'll wish you well, Coach. Good luck down the road.
All right, Jeff Brooks down on the sideline tonight with an obviously disappointed Coach Nelson, but he does have a tough job ahead as he tries to get this team forward. We're on the air next week at 6:40 to 6:45, so keep an eye here on CISN.tv. You can always watch the replay, share the game. So Tim Hauber will have the Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders come to Ankeny Stadium next week. We'll see you then.
Look forward to it.
Have fun tomorrow.
Yes.
Go Cyclones. Yeah, I figured that's what you'd say. All right, that game kicks over in Iowa City. Enjoy it wherever you may be. My thanks to the crew here at CISN as well as Ankeny High School who helped bring this broadcast, and thank you for watching. Final score tonight, Cedar Falls improves to 3-0 with a 28-7 win here at Ankeny. For Tim Hauber, Jeff Brooks, and the crew here at CISN, I'm Paul Yeager. So long from Ankeny.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
They think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather's Specialty Pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guy.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.